Hey everyone, I'm the Real Evab. This is the A20 Guardian Hunter game analysis. We're on run number 33 here. Keeping the streak going for uploads. Unless there was an act of God of some kind, but you'll know by the time this comes out. Our starting gen today is a Ruby. Our boss today is Guardian. Our map's looking pretty healthy in terms of elites, and rest sites aren't too bad either. That's good. Let's see what we got today. Choose a card, 3 random potions, lose all gold for a rare colorless card, or boss swap. We are not forced to take a floor 6 elite. We have 2 different paths that we can take. Floor 6 campfire instead. And both paths are on the opposite side of the map. If I wanted to take a 3 elite path, it would be going through... let's see. Right, I have to actually activate that to draw. It would be going through here. We'd be getting a later campfire. Right, I can't scroll with that. I guess we could also alternatively go through the super elite if we were really feeling it. But, well, with a shop there's a chance. There's also this path to the right here. Campfire elite, campfire. Go through an event. Then I can take a shop late in the act with an elite here. Campfire there. Looks pretty good to me. I think we can afford to boss swap here, and then based on what we get, whether we get something that's immediately powerful or something that's powerful closer to the end of the act, we can choose which path to take based on that. Also, we don't have to worry about socketing a gem super early, since I do not socket Ruby and Twin Slam. So, just to go over these real quick. Choose a card. Maybe if we didn't have very many fights in the early part of the game, we would consider that for an extra chance at a card that we can actually use. But now that I'm looking at it, only the right path has that. 3 question marks. There's a decent chance that we get at least 1 fight, but I like to take at least 4 or 3 into shop to get enough consistency with the card rewards to make sure that we have enough to take elites. On this left side, we'd be perfectly fine though, so we don't have to take the card reward. 3 random potions would be another early game advantage. It's one of the weaker ones because you have 2 potion slots. You start with a 40% potion chance, and you often don't need to use a potion in the first few fights. So then you just end up wasting resources. It still does something, because like even if you get extra potions, you can swap them out for the better ones. But overall, it's still a pretty weak option. Unless you get unlucky, so I guess it would be the kind of thing you take if you can't afford to low roll. Losing all gold for a rare colorless card is certainly interesting. However, as I've come to believe, choosing from 3 rares, whether normal rares or colorless rares, if you don't hit the rare card that's worth what you got, then you're pretty much stuck with a nearly useless card, and that sets you back pretty much. That sets you back pretty hard. Also, in the off chance that we decide to go for this gold option, whether to take the super elite or to go to the campfire, I would want to have the gold. I said gold option. I meant shop option. If we want the shop option, then I want to keep the gold. So this is bad. Overall, I think I'm going to stick with the boss relic swap. Let's see what we get today. Ooh, Astrolabe. That is very interesting. I'm not usually big on transforms because a lot of Guardian's cards are setup or combo related, or have requirements that you can't hit in the early game, such as Harden and Guardian World, which require you to have 20 block when you play them. With that said, we are definitely doing a strike and a defend. Doing 3 strikes would be too much, doing 3 defense would be too much. So there's got to be at least 1 of each. For our third card, if we were to get rid of a second strike, our damage would be 2 strikes, Twin Slam, and a Ruby. Which is a little bit inconsistent, but I'm also a little bit worried about taking too many defends, transforming too many defends. If we low roll, we're definitely going to want to have the defense to survive the early game fights, and I think transforming too many defends would do that. I'm still willing to do 1, just because we need the damage. In theory, I could also transform Twin Slam, but I think that's still worth keeping for later. I might, and I can see myself changing my mind on that for the series, but for now I'm going to stick with what I know. I could also transform the Ruby. Maybe that's the better option. Ruby is interesting because I've left this open the whole time. Ruby's interesting because the cards that I want to socket Ruby in are, I think, rather scarce. As a 0-cost strength card, or as a strength card, you want to use it before you play attacks. So you want to put that in some kind of setup card. Then Steam, the Vulnerable is a good option. The 0-cost common cards are a good option. The 0-cost rare card is a good option. But a lot of socketed cards, especially in the commons, are attacks. And you don't really want to put a Ruby in the attack because you want to use the Ruby for the attack. So, it doesn't really work out well. This may actually be the safest option. I think I'm going to do it, and then we're going to get like Event Steam, and then I'm going to regret it, but I think it's worth transforming for now. If we really want a Ruby later, we can just grab one, probably, from a card reward since it's a common gem. This is given to us at the start of the game just to be a nice boost to the early game. But since we got an Astrolabe, since we have a boss relic, we don't necessarily need to have this. So I'm going to choose this one, and we're going to see what we get. Oh, that looked good to me. That rare card chance. Transforms, the one big thing about transforms, the one big upside, is that the chances of getting commons, uncommons, and rares are all the same. Well, each card has an individual chance that's the same as every other card. So the chance of me getting Overload is the same as me getting Compile Package. So, like, obviously you don't have the same chance of getting an uncommon and a rare because there's more uncommons than rares, but an individual one, you do have the same chance. The fact that we got no commons out of that is actually pretty impressive. Overload Plus, probably not the most useful thing right now on 3 energy. I can see it being helpful with the Garnet and the Compile Package. But since it's already upgraded, it has a lot of future excuse me, future power that we can tap into. Alright. So, Compile Package. 7 different packages. I'm going to attempt to use the draw thing. Okay, that doesn't work here. Let's see if I can visualize this here. I've been thinking about using this tool more often to visualize pros and cons of stuff and explain other things. Let's see, Compile Package, there's Orb Walker. Oh man, drawing with this is going to be a pain. I use Trackpad. Alright, Orb Walker has got Strength. From its Orb Walk, it's got Walker Claw. And what was the third one? Incinerate, I believe? Let's see if we can cycle back. Yep, Incinerate. Which is the stasis. Grabs the card out of stasis. Overall, if we have targeted stasis, we can use the Orb Walk Plus effectively, which unfortunately the package does not provide. Walker Claw, being a, I guess, 4 times attack now, is also pretty good for the early game. If we grab that out, then we just have a basic 20 damage for 2 energy card. And if we find some strength of some kind, then it'll be nice to have. Incinerate will not be too important right now, especially in that package we have no stasis support. So the best we'd have was Curl Up with that, so that's fine. Spheric package, you got the big block card, the Spheric Shield, 30 brace and 20 block when upgraded. You've got Floating Orbs, which is the Infinite Blades kind of deal. It's a 2x attack every turn. And what's the third one? It's the Harden, which is the 20 block requirement. Overall, I like this one because it gives you basically 1 turn for free, sometimes even 2, as well as scaling damage. Very safe, very powerful option, one of the best there. Shapes. Shapes has Time Bomb, which is a little bit better than the Bomb colorless card, but not as good. Repulsor. Which keeps statuses and curses at bay. And it has Spiker Protocol, which gives us brace every turn, and while we're in defensive, gives us extra thorns. This is important to be doing right now because we're analyzing just how strong we're going to be in hallway fights. We have some, like for example, this package right here is pretty much a miss almost at all stages of the game, unless you really need status mitigation for the late game. Sentry package. You get 2 Sentry Blasts. Actually, I'll just draw that a little bit more. And a Sentry Wave. Fills up your stasis, but does consistent damage over time as well as weakening. I think it's a little bit weaker than this because of just the raw damage it gives out is... I guess it's fine. I guess it's a little bit better than this, but the weaken is not as good as this in most scenarios. And also it takes up all your stasis slots, like I said. Then up next is the Ancients package. Overload gives you strength and dex. Wait, no, not Overload. Ancient Power gives you strength and dex. Overload is card draw. And Ancient Construct gives artifact. I guess that's like my drawing of a gear. Overall, a big scaling card, a big scaling package, provides pretty much no immediate benefits of any kind. But it gives you strength and dex, it gives you some debuff reduction, so you can keep that strength and dex, and if you have the energy for Ancient Power, or not Ancient Power, Ancient Construct Plus, then you can even keep even more, especially if you have gems. You'll be able to keep all those stats every turn. Bronze package, you have Giga Beam, which is a great for most things, if you have the energy for it. It's a great great finisher specifically because the downside. But it also comes with what is it called? Resilient plate? Not really sure how to present that here. I guess I could do something like Baylor's Lordly plate. Gives you 8 brace and reduces your debuffs by 2, which actually works well with this. Then there's also Orb Support, which grabs a card from your draw pile and puts it into stasis. But overall, it's just a 0-cost free damage card most of the time, which helps when this falls short on like one enemy. And finally, our last package, Defect, the Stasis package. Reroute, Pre-Program, and Time Capacitor. Reroute puts the card into stasis. Pre-Program grabs a card from the draw pile and puts it into stasis. And Time Capacitor gives you extra stasis slots. So overall, out of all these, this is a bit of front load, a little bit of front load. This is safety plus scaling, which can act in lieu of front load in some hallway fights. This is a bunch of utility that is often not needed. This will be good in hallway fights. This will be good in boss fights. This will also be good in hallway fights. And this will be good in boss fights. So we got a couple things going for us in hallway fights. Spire, Bronze, and Sentry package, all 3 of those are going to be very helpful. And it's good that we have multiple of them because the chances of getting these other 4 and just generally not getting something useful in the hallway fights is going to be pretty bad. So having 3 chances makes our odds, like, let's see. I guess this could also be helpful with the 2 cost, but okay, I guess I'll count that as half. So it's like a 50-50 to get something good. So it's like a 1 in 8 to miss all 3. No, not 1 in 8. It's like 3.5. Because you remove one of those every time, so it's actually even less chance to whiff. 3.5, 2.5, 1. 3.5. 3.5, 2.5, 1.5. Let's do the math on this real quick. Wait, we have a calculator for this. Just calculate. That's a backspace, isn't it? Yeah. $13.12. Okay, 4% chance of whiffing. 1 in 25. That's pretty good. If you discount this, that probably goes up to like 1 in 20. I'd estimate. So overall, our early game strength, because of compile package, I think goes way up. Being able to one-shot enemies will definitely be good, since this will definitely do enough damage in the early game. This will help over time. This will provide a safety for a turn, and this can maybe give us stuff. So I think overall, like, compile package is kind of hard to evaluate unless you go through all those packages. But overall, I think that means that we're pretty good at hallway fights early. I may even want to go to this super late. Of course, getting the key early doesn't actually mean anything in normal mode, except that the green key elite is not necessary in future acts. In fact, it won't even show up. So it's good to get it out of the way early. If I start here, I've pretty much committed to taking one of these 2, because I don't really want to take just 3 fights. I'd rather fight as many enemies as I can if I'm strong. So I'm gonna start here, and then we're gonna figure out what to do from there. We'll figure it out as we go. We'll take these 4 fights, probably go to the shop, And we'll take the burning lead if we're still strong, or if something goes horribly wrong, or if I was wrong, we'll go to the campfire. Alright. First thing I'm seeing here, we can just use the overload and hope that we hit the compile package. Of course, if we get the bronze package with 2 energy, then we're not going to be able to actually use the thing. But we could always draw back into it. Our alternative is Twin Slam, Curl Up. So I think we just do overload. Let's see what we get. We got Orb Walker. We also got Spheric. We also got Ancient Power. Since they're not attacking, we can actually use this. To just grab a permanent strength index. I don't think that's worth it for 1 energy out of our 2 for this turn, although it does get us an extra card next turn. I think floating orbs for 0 is real nice. We can do that in both of our strikes. Next turn we have a defend guaranteed. We don't have to take damage though, is the thing. I also can't do Harden with the Spheric Shield. I think we take the Walker Claw. Can we get out of this fight with 0 damage if I do the Spheric Shield stuff? We're gonna have enough block for next turn for sure. That'll give us like, what, 30, 40? It'll give us 40 block for next turn. We are going to have a dead card in the draw with Harden. Actually, Ancient Power gives us 1 block for next turn. Didn't think of that. Wait, Ancient Construct doesn't get a discount. I forget. Has that always been the case? I thought it discounted to 2 when you upgraded it. Is this a visual bug of some kind? I don't remember. Sheesh. I guess this also makes blocking on future turns easier because Cultist 11 attack can be blocked by 2 defense fully. But then again, I could just take 1 damage instead of playing Ancient Power. We'd have to play 6 attacks in order for Ancient Power to pay off as well. I mean, we're probably going to have to. This is 20. Oh, and we get another attack in the draw pile. I'm going to take the Orb Walker. I'm analyzing this a lot, because, you know, if I can avoid taking damage, I want to. But I think overall this is just the answer. We'll just take 1 damage here, and win the fight without taking any additional, probably. Attack Potion, that's a great early find. Planning is also great with any expensive cards that we get out of Compile Package. Sapphire is not it. Temporal Strike, maybe? I think with Compile Package we don't need to take as many random common cards, or random common attacks. I think Planning is so good though. Do we need to take that though? Planning, while good, also makes all of your stasis slots taken immediately. We did look at Compile Package, and the only things that have stasis attached that we care about are Sentry Package, which takes up all the slots themselves, and Defect Package, which adds more stasis slots anyway. If I'm remembering correctly, I guess like Orb Walker Package, maybe, but I don't think it cares that much. On 3 energy also. I wonder if that means we put the Garnet in the Planning. We could put in the Twin Slam for vulnerable over multiple turns. That's probably still the answer. We have an Overload as well, so I don't mind taking the 0 cost. I'm going to do it. Planning is generally a very strong card as long as you're willing to deal with it. Oh right, it's Sentry Blast and 2 Sentry Waves. Right, it mirrors how the actual Sentry fight goes. You get attacked once. The only thing that gives any kind of block is this package, so I'm going to stick with this. I guess we're playing defend, and then curl up because Overload on 0 energy doesn't seem great. I want to just do this now. I could use curl up and hope to hit Overload, but if I hit Sentry Wave, then I miss out on 7 damage next turn. I think. Yeah, 7. Oh yeah, these also give you Brace. So next turn, if I play all 3 of these right now, the next turn I get 4 more Brace, plus the 2 now, and that puts us in defensive. Cool. This extra damage is helping out quite a bit against Jawworm. Frag Gem, Shield Spikes recover. More stasis, huh? I don't think so. Well, we have the Garnet. We could just grab Fragmented Gem, throw that in the Twin Slam with Garnet. It'd be funny. Kinda. Be a total of what? Twin Slam when upgraded would be 7. Plus 10 from Twin Slam being vulnerable in the second hit. Plus 6, 29. 29 damage for 2 energy. It's pretty good. Is it worth taking the gem for? We have an Overload, so it's easier to draw through until we get to a campfire. Shield Spikes. You know, I was looking at my card win rates recently, and I noticed that Shield Spikes is actually pretty low win rate. I valued it pretty highly because of the high block density for 1 card, and as well as the Brace 8. But apparently it's not performing as well as I would have thought. I did do the math on the packages. With a roughly 4% chance of a package being a dud, more give or take, Fragmented Gem doesn't seem necessary to me to give me more damage. And we have Overload to draw through to it quickly. Compile package can end up being very expensive at times. So it does lead me away from taking another expensive card. We also have Overload, so more draw means we can afford to play less expensive cards. Recover, I think, gets nicer with a larger deck if we have planning. And also later in the game. Right now, I think we're just concerned with doing damage. I could just take the Frag Gem and just socket it in something eventually, but I don't. You know what? I don't even know I'm going to take more socketed cards. Most of them are commons. If I'm not mistaken, there's only 1 uncommon socket card, and it's pre-program. Don't quote me on that. There might be a second one, but overall, there's not too many. There's 2 rare ones, but chances of getting those are really low. If I didn't have a compile package, I might consider taking this more because I've noticed how often I just have empty gem slots. So, you know, filling them with gems is not a bad thing. I could also just make it work with the Overload. I don't really want to skip here, but I think that this is actually correct to skip, so I'm going to turn this off finally. here we go, to the right. Besides, that fight wasn't for nothing. We still got gold out of it, and that's one of the most important resources. All right, bronze package. Spirit package, I guess we'll do. I could take ore block package and kill one, but then I'd be taking 1 damage from the left one. I can even grab some thorns this turn. 6 thorns? Yeah, sure. I'll brace for 14, and then we can go back into defensive next turn with curl up most of the time. Just keep those thorns going. We'll do this. Get that back out when it's relevant. Okay, easy fight. 0 damage again. Did not need to take any of those cards last fight, at least for this. Resilient Plate is a strong enough card for later and for now that I think we just take that. Offered another shield spikes, I think we skip. But Resilient Plate offers us some direction with debuff reduction, should we decide to go that direction, as well as Brace 8 for 1 energy. Brace 8 is one of the most efficient ways to gain Brace. I think Harden and... let's see, there's Harden and there's Spirit Shield, which were both in the Spirit package that we just saw, that both give more Brace, but one's a rare and one's conditional. I think there might be one more. I had this conversation a while ago with some people in the Discord server. But yeah, this is one of the best, so I'm going to take it. Still haven't added any actual attacks to the deck, which may be a problem if we come across a Knob. But we have an attack potion, we have a block potion, we have plenty of ways to sort of play the game in a different style than you might be inclined to. This doesn't add up to 20. I guess we do overload here. File package. That's 40. Not quite enough to kill. Oh, and we don't even have 3 energy. Spirit package, I think, is our take, though. Enough block for this turn and next turn. Hopefully we can do enough damage to kill. Okay, overload and stasis is good. Alright, are we getting attacked this turn? Yes. This guy does not like me. Yeah, Harden getting in the way now. I guess we use the block potion to block for 9 here, because the only way we can block right now is with defend. Even with the block potion, we can't use this, because this is 17 and that's it. Man, Harden's such a... What's the appropriate word to say here? It's a bad card? Yeah, there you go. Okay, Piercing Hide, Emergency, Walker Claw. Could just take the Walker Claw to have guaranteed source of damage. Especially since our attack density has gotten real low. Compile package is good for a lot of things. But since we don't really have a guarantee yet of any of it, plus we only have 4 real attacks in the deck, I think we should take this Walker Claw. Piercing Hide again. Piercing Hide is a block comment. I don't usually take those on Guardian. I guess with the Brace 3 that would help with the Resilient Plate curl up combo. Brace for 21 total. Emergency we don't really need yet. We have planning, but Emergency has this problem where you don't know whether you're accelerating for 1 or 2, or sometimes 3, depending on what you have. So usually it's not worth it. Much rather have Amber, which, even though it only does 1 most of the time, it is also a gem, so it can be socketed. Alright, now what do we have in the shop? We got 15 cards already. Fierce Bash is funny. There's a Spheric Shield on sale, and I have 152 gold, so I could buy that and a card remove. It's worth noting that we started with 99 gold, so we've gained 53. We had 152, we fought 4 fights, so that's actually less than average. 4 fights averages 15 apiece, which is 60 gold. So being 7 down, I think is within the range of reasonable, but still a low roll. 3 rares in the shop, by the way. Fierce Bash, if we had Accelerate, could be an idea, but we don't. Also, it would cost all of our gold. Spheric Shield is just a general defensive card. It's great, buys us time, especially if we find a scaling option from Compile Package over a damage option. Future plans would be a lot better if we didn't already have planning, as well as Compile Package for sometimes getting stasis. Can't afford any of these. Incinerate's not that good, Forethought's not that good. Don't need a potion here, so yeah, it's just going to be Spirit Shield, card remove. What are we card removing though? Is it going to be a strike? Am I feeling that confident? Well, we're not going to be playing defense in the elite fight, and we have a Spheric Shield. So maybe we give up the defense instead. Since we took Resilient Plate, there's also the chance of getting Dexterity Gems and scaling up that way, but I don't think that's necessarily what's, I guess, necessary. If you get enough Brace, you can usually block enough if you get your damage up fast enough. The Compile Package will help a lot. I just had a conversation on the Discord server as well with someone about my recent videos, and they brought up a point that I might be evaluating strikes a bit too low, and I think that's reasonable. Figuring out whether or not that's true and by how much though is the question. Garnet definitely helps the strikes. I'll say that much. Also, if we did just take a Walker Claw due to low attack density, I think we can risk getting rid of a defend at this point. With the addition of the Spheric Shield. We haven't taken any damage at all this game yet. Yeah, I'm going to go with that. I talked myself into it. I think those were good reasons. Let's see what we got here. I'm confident enough to take the Burning Elite. So I want this path. We got a Strength Knob. That's one of the better rolls, I think. Do I do this now or later? And by later I mean after I do Overload. Or do I even wait for Garnet? Do I wait for Strength from Compile Package? These are all questions. I think I definitely wait on the attack pot for Garnet. It could be like a Fierce Bash, in which case I'd get it back every turn. But I think the Garnet's worth doing it here. I guess Compile Package is worth the Walker Claw here. Okay, we also have Spirit Shield, probably next turn, to tank 2 hits with. Alright, let's do this. What do we got? Shapes Defect Sentry. Let's see. If I were to use Reroute, I could put Twin Slam into stasis or Strike for damage purposes. You could also pre-program a card of our choosing to guarantee that we get Spheric Shield next turn, since it's a 1 in 6 to whiff. There's also a Sentry package, which will give us even more defense as well as multiple turns of offense. This represents 21 damage over this turn and the next turn. And we can play Walker Claw along with it. That's 36. What is Knob at right now? 88. So that leaves 52. So we can get 52. Right. Oh, I can't even. Oh, right. I don't have this here. Can I do it here? Yeah. Alright, cool. So this is 36. For sure. Plus safety. Little shield icon. Defect represents 12 plus 5 is 17. plus 5 more turns from now, which is 22. Plus guaranteed safety next turn. Plus... Yeah, that's it. Because Twin Slam reroute is all of my energy this turn. So that's 17 plus... insurance. I guess I'll put an eye there. And then this is just useless. I guess it does 30 damage in a few turns. If I'm willing to use my energy on it. Those other 2 cards are not going to be good, though. Also, this only gets better. So I think overall, this has the most upside to it. So I'm going to take the Sentry Package. Oh, wait, I have draw reduction. So this is only a 2 and 3 to hit Spheric Shield. Okay, that's fine. I think we're still in the clear for the most part. Most likely. You know, I don't even have to play the Sentry Wave if I don't want to. But I am going to play the Spheric Shield. So he got 5 strength. Next turn, he's going to be at... let's see, 16 plus 5, 21. I'll be vulnerable for 31. 24. I'll get 26 block next turn. Unless I can weaken him. If I play the Garnet, he gets even more damage. Oh, right, I forgot about the Garnet and the damage calculations for this turn. That helps quite a bit. I think I guarantee this. Because of how much that helps. 37. If I don't play the Sentry Wave this turn, I don't get damage next turn. But I'm adding more strength. I could also play Planning to get a better chance of Walker Claw. I don't think that's worth it, though, since there's a strike there already. So yeah, 8 strength now, that's 24, 36. We're going to have 13, 23 block next turn. This will help. 36, go up to 41, maybe? 24 plus another 3. 27, 40. 40 weakened is 30. Would have been 36 before, so we save 6 by playing one of those. Or I could play it now. We lose a few more damage now, but I get the damage next turn. This represents 7 damage plus 6 plus 3 from Thorns right now is 16. Taking Gremlin Knob down to 21. Plus whatever else we draw next turn. Do I need to use the attack pod here? Or would it be better used somewhere else? That's a good question. I think our deck is still pretty good at hallway fights. Considering I need 21 more damage, next turn I'm going to have... I think over 2 turns I can guarantee it. If I'm not mistaken. And even if I can't, I'll use the attack bot then. I think for now we don't play any more skills. Because we're planning on tanking this hit, and then keeping the attack bot for later in the act. 36, like I said. This is, if I play Garnet here, this is 977, which is 23. Which means that if I got an 8 attack, an 8 damage card from the attack potion, I'd get a kill. But then I'd only be saving, what, 7 HP? I mean, if I'm going for a kill, then I might as well just play this anyway, because it's not going to matter what the time is. 30. So we only take 7 here. If I play these right now, 10, 6, 16, 7 is 23, so we only need 11 anyways. Next turn. 2 strikes or Walker Claw. So our worst draw next turn is we miss out on strike. We draw these 5 and not get these. But next turn I can. But if I draw that, I can just do Overload into Walker Claw. Okay. Win the fight, 7 damage. We can definitely do better on the attack bot. Killing enemies in the early game is just worth so much. Easy. Alright, that was a lot of math. Let's see what we got here. We're going to wait on Warpaint, because we might get some good card to upgrade. Giga Beam, oh my. Oh geez. Sheesh. Charge up for block and strength is interesting. It's another 0-cost card, which works great with our Overload. Might even just leave it at 0 cost for the rest of the game, honestly, if we take it. Piercing Eye, not necessary. Giga Beam, again, it's really early, so Giga Beam is going to do a lot. It's going to help out a lot in Act 1 and in Act 2. It'll help out a bit less than usual because I won't have the red key broken. And the 44 is actually a threshold of some kind, as I learned. I'm not sure if 40 would be enough. Maybe I'll grab a ruby on the way, and then we'll be fine. One problem I'm seeing is how expensive it is. We have Overload and Compile package to worry about in terms of cost. And we have Spheric Shield as well, and Walker Claw. So like all of those would be turns that we'd be spending extra energy. Also, we have the chance of getting Giga Beam from Compile package anyway, so if we want it, we can take it in those times. Otherwise, we can take something else. I don't want to skip Giga Beam, but it may be correct too. Let's see. Let's... Easy. Act 1 and 2. Minus cost. Upside on this is cost. Since we have draw, upside on this is strength. And bonus block. I don't think this has a downside other than just being another cheap card we'd be adding, but I think if we're going to add cheap cards to work with our draw from Overload and possibly Compile package, this would be the kind of card to take. And then we're just not taking this. Can I draw over it? Yeah. We're on floor 6, and it's almost taking me 50 minutes. Gotta make a decision here. I'm gonna just go with the charge up. My instinct is telling me not to go with the Giga Beam because of all the cost downsides. Maybe it's still correct to take though. Find out another time. Oh yeah, Warpaint. I guess it was a mistake to take charge up first. Should have thought of that. We missed it. We're good. We got the Spheric Shield upgrade. That's pretty darn good. We've missed both defense. Amazing. Both defense and the charge up. We had Curl Up, Planning, Resilient Plate, Spheric Shield. So 4 and 7 times 3 and 6. 12 over 42. What are the odds of that? 12 over 42. Oops. 29%. Better than, worse than a 1 in 3, and we hit it. Very nice. This is going to be a spirit package. I'm going to grab a bunch more brace as well. I think the 3 thorns is going to be worth more than the strike here. This full blocks his turn, so I'm going to use the charge up. Play both strikes and the curl up, in fact, in the orb slam. Since this guy is going to run away, since this is not downfall mode, I'm going to prioritize him first. Back into defensive for one more turn. Please attack me again. Never does what you want them to do. Also, neither of them are attacking this turn. Garnet, huh? I might want that for next turn, so I'm going to skip the planning. Because I want to be able to kill. And I can. Awesome. Right, I got mugged, so I had 0 gold. Roll attack, armored protocol, reroute. Another brace 8 card, if we want it. Another stasis card, if we didn't already have enough stasis. Oh yeah, I just realized that since this is stasis, that would be the downside. We have planning and curl up already. But I think we'll be fine. Also, armored protocol for brace over time as support for our burst brace cards. Armored protocol giving us block at the end of each turn in defensive mode. Spheric shield makes that a bit worse since you already have a ton of block in defensive from it. Although it does make the protocols in general better, just because you're able to play them without taking damage on the turn if you play Spheric Shield. I don't think this is the card to take, so I'm going to skip that. Roll attack and reroute. I don't think we take reroute. It's another damage common. I don't think we can make use of the stasis well enough. Maybe I'm wrong about that, though. Targeted stasis in hand is pretty strong. And we have a variety of cards. Maybe we'd be able to use them well. I think we wait. This is a common card, and we have other stasis cards we can find later if we want to make use of that. Roll attack is a brace card, but it's expensive, and I already made arguments against expensive cards, so I think we're going to skip here. Alright, now the second elite. Lag of Bullet. Great. Gotta get to our setup cards. Defect is going to be our setup here. Can't play reroute, though. That will wake up Lag of Bullet. This is interesting. Orb support actually wakes up Lag of Bullet. Ooh. Time Bomb? Actually, maybe this is the time. We do Time Bomb and it wakes up Lag of Bullet exactly on the right turn. Or actually, I think it hits the turn after since it's 2 now. Next turn is 1. No, sorry, it's 3 now. Next turn is 2. Next turn is, and then the third turn is 1 when it wakes up. But it still does 30 damage, which I think is the most out of all of these. And I can't make use of all the stasis right now. So yeah, it's going to be shapes, surprisingly. Time Bomb, charge up. Do we wait to do charge up, actually? Or do we just take the strength immediately? We did just draw Walker Claw. Although, on the redraw, we can't guarantee we're getting charge up first anyway. I think we wait on charge up since we're not going to be attacked by Lag of Bullet for another couple turns. So I want to wait to actually possibly make use of the block. Spheric Shield. I'm going to use Curl up here and hope it's not the Ascender's Bane. Okay, good enough. What if that was wrong because of Spheric Shield in hand? Oh well. Right, we already exhausted Ascender's Bane, so we just got to get rid of this. Garnet. Planning. On Overload, that's fine. And then do I use the attack pot now? Do I just not use the attack pot because this is Lagavulin? We don't really have a lot of damage. Like, we have stasis, which helps, but It's going to take a few more turns for that to actually kick into gear. Like, we'll have these come out next turn for burst damage and some extra block, but to actually get damage boost, we need to put damage cards into stasis. You know what, I think this fight is going to take a while, so... Attack bot. Laser turret would have been great to have into stasis. But since we're not going into stasis, but since we don't have a stasis slot, I think we take the roll attack. That's 24 damage. Could use Resilient Plate to go into defensive immediately, but I think that would be a mistake since we won't have any block for the turn after, which is another laggable attack. And there's Spheric Shield. Yeah, it's the only way to full block this turn, right? Yeah. Do Spiker Protocol because it gives us 6 Thorns right now, which is more than the Twin Slam does. I'll play the defend. No, I don't need to play the defend. Because I get another 10 block next turn. Oh wait, I'm going into defensive mode again because of this, aren't I? Which means I'm going to be wasting my defensive mode on a non-attack turn. Oh, well, actually we gain Thorns back for this. I guess I overload here for Garnet, possibly, yeah. Then I do roll attack strike. And planning. So roll attack represented 48 damage this fight. If we didn't have the roll attack, right now I'd be able to do 19. And Lagavulin would be at 38. We'd be at -1 strength next turn. We'd have trouble going back into defensive, which means we'd be vulnerable. Yeah, I think this ended up being the right play. Thankfully, we didn't have to use the Swift Potion, too. Strike Dummy. We have 3 strikes. There's Ruby. I was saying something about Ruby, right? To go with the Walker Claw. Oh yeah, the Giga Beam from earlier. Well, we still have the option in Compile Package if you want to do that. I don't think Shield Charger is necessary here. At least not yet. Maybe we'll need it later, but we can find it later. Aquamarine doesn't really fit into anything we're doing here. I want to put the Garnet into Twin Slam. We could put the Aquamarine into planning, but I usually like to put Draw or Strength or Dex into that. And you know, we have the opportunity to take Strength right now, and we can sock it in planning right after the chest. The reason that Aquamarine could be good is because it would allow us to cover one of the weaknesses of planning, which is that it's a do-nothing card. It does not provide you safety of any kind, so you put the ward in, you're good. I think we just take a Ruby, though. Alright, what do we got? Pick of Rhapsody. Now mine for gems that rest sites up to 3 times. Still don't have a lot of gem slots. We have 2 gems already that we're socketing, and I don't know if we're going to be taking more, so I think we just take the blue key. Alright, here we go. Garnet into Twin Slam. Ruby into planning. Our upgrade, I think, is going to be Twin Slam. Again, we don't want to upgrade Charge Up. We could upgrade Curl Up to go into defensive more consistently with our Brace 8 card. That's our only Brace 8, right? Yeah. That may be even more important. Targeted Stasis is also really strong. And we don't have a gem yet for Twin Slam. We can always upgrade later. Gems aren't even really a downside right now with our overload. Yeah, we'll upgrade Curl Up this time. Oh, I didn't even realize that we had a choice. We can go right to this elite or up through this elite again. I like this side though because we don't have to visit a shop with 45, 144-ish gold. So we'd be missing out on more relics. So let's go left, all the way left. Knob again. I don't want to play Spheric Shield this turn. Even though it would give us block for next turn, it's only 8 damage. I guess a little bit more if we have Compile Package or Garnet or something. Maybe it is worth playing that. But then we'd be missing out on 21 damage. Oh wait, we wouldn't be able. We don't have to worry about Garnet anymore, right? We do need to play Compile Package, and that represents 2 skill plays. So that'd take the attack from 8 to 14. Oh, but we have Charge Up coming out next turn. Okay, let's do Planning then. Oh, we hit 2 skills. That's good. That's really good, actually. 2 skills that aren't... Well, I guess even if we hit Compile Package, that'd be good. Hope we hit Twin Slam next turn. And have some kind of cheap card to play with it. Compile Package. We did not hit Twin Slam this turn, but that's fine. I don't think we want to play Overload. We're going to want to just combo this next turn. Alright, what do we got? Orb Walker, I think, is our best bet. If we really wanted to be crazy, we could do Ancient Power, Defend, Resilient Plate. Just give Knob another 9 strength, 20 attack. We block for 17 this turn. But we have 3 permanent strength and dex. How much would that actually do next turn? We have 4 strength. Because we have our 1 card that we gave us strength. So that would be 9, 15, 15, that's 39. It's at 54 right now. So we need a little bit more than that. Which we don't have. However, if I play Orb Walker this turn, Orb Walker package, we get Walker Claw Incinerate, which is already 30. Then we need 24 next turn, which we... Oh, we're 1 off. 9, 18, 23. Does that mean we do... No, we don't do Orb Walk instead. Like, there's no way that that's 20 damage. We also don't give Knob any more strength than we already have. Could use Drop Potion to guarantee we get Twin Slam right now and then play that with Walker Claw. That's 35. And then we have a chance to get 19 damage on our redraw. This would be 39 after next turn. Oh yeah, we'd also have like a chance of drawing other cards that do damage. Get Planning, Walker Claw. Walker Claw might just be a GG. We'd have 6 strength with that, so that's 11 times 3, 39. Plus Twin Slam. For Vulnerable, 39, that would be 13, 19, 57. Yeah, that would already be a kill. You could even use the draw pot next turn for that. Ooh, tough choice. Non-fights are always really interesting with Guardian. Oh wait, we give it 12 strength, not 9. Also, there's still a chance we whiff. I don't know what the odds are. We would need Walker Claw specifically for this to pay off. Yeah, the odds of that are really low. I guess Spheric Shield could do something. Let's play the attack line instead. Oh wait, this is 6 times 4. This is 35. I think, yeah, that's enough. That's enough to kill next turn. In fact, this is 6, 10, 10, 26. This 24 is 50. It's not quite enough to play a defend this turn. $13. $8, $13, $13. It's not enough either. Okay, so we just have to take the 6 damage this turn. That's fine. Oh wait, we have a defend. Aha. Take 4 damage. I have made Nob angry, but it doesn't matter. Nob is dead. Brass Tax. Try to use combat with 2 Metalicize. Body Slam, oh boy. This very well could be a Body Slam deck, especially if we upgrade it. 0 cost Body Slam with our extra draw, and of course, Guardians. Frequent big block generation. Another Resilient Plate is interesting as well. We could aim for a small deck strategy. There's also Emerald that we could just put into the planning and have Strength and Dex there. I think if we want to go that route, we take the other Resilient Plate, which is funny. And then we upgrade both. And then we scale up that way, just gaining Strength and Dex every time we redraw them with Overload and Small Deck. We would need cards to actually use them with, but I guess if you scale them up enough, Strikes and Defense can be okay. Well, Defense can. We have other alternatives for damage. Body Slam is a payout, which means we would already need to be strong enough to use it. Resilient Plate does also have the weakness of being a do-nothing card unless you go into defensive or unless you have some kind of temporary buff to use. They also need upgrades. So they kind of make you vulnerable unless you have all the setup available around it. It could happen, but it might be better to just diversify early. So I'm going to take the Body Slam. I'm going to go left. This is another fight. Okay. Well, it's a good thing that we got strong so early, because if we didn't, our health would be suffering very much. But then again, maybe we wouldn't even have gone this pathway through the blue. The green key. We have 2 out of 3 keys. There are some, on a semi-related note, there are some other mods out there, also just got to keep 2 strength, that give you different acts that you can play through. Instead of playing through Exordium City Beyond, you can play through other stuff. Usually it's themed around some other game, like Hollow Knight has Hollow Nest acts that you can go through. There's also Library of Ruina, which I believe has unique acts, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see, before I continue this, Walker Claw, Time Bomb, Priming Shot. I don't think we take another Walker Claw yet. If the deck gets bigger over time, then we probably need one. I don't think we need Time Bomb or Priming Shot, though. And Priming Shot, I haven't taken that in so long. Then again, my luck has felt really weird. I feel like I've been getting some really unique runs over this series, and just not being offered Priming Shot in a time where, the run is relatively normal, and you just need a damage card. A common damage card. Ever since the first episode. The first episode showed me the combo of Priming Shot, Roll Attack, which gives you enough brace to go into defensive mode on your first shuffle. And then I got it like one time since. It's weird. Wonder if this will get a buff in the update. Anyway, as I was saying, alternate acts. My idea for alternate act stuff would involve the number of keys you have by the end of the act, or maybe by the middle of the act. You can open a gate with 1 key in Act 1, 2 keys in Act 2, all 3 keys in Act 3, or, you know, if it's at the end, then at the end of Act 1 you get you use 1 key to open. You don't consume it, just use it. You kind of get the idea. Well, this is not a great turn. We can kill one of these, which means we take 6 less damage. That's good. I could do Walker Claw Curl Up. I could do Twin Slam, actually, to kill this one. And then they're vulnerable next turn. I could also use the Draw Potion, but I don't really have a guarantee that's going to do anything. It's probably preferable to taking 12 damage here, though. I don't know what our potion chance is. We used, I want to say 2 potions. We used Attack Potion, and... sheesh, I don't even remember what else. I swear it was another potion here. Although maybe this really is just 3 potions. I need to find that potion tracker mod. Potion chance tracker mod, and just install that. I don't really want to use these unless I have to, and 12 damage is not too much. It puts us into defensive next turn, and then we don't take any more damage for the rest of the fight. Also, we have a body slam set up if we go into defensive now. Yeah, I'm gonna just keep the potion if we don't get another one this fight. I'll do this on Walker Claw since we're not going to redraw back to it in time anyway. Oh yeah, we have Metallicize. Yay. So we only take 10, not 12. It's good. Thorns here is great. Can I get the, I couldn't get the thing. Oh, that reduced her debuffs. Funny. Okay. Okay, attack potion. Well, we can draw out Dex Potion anyway. Dex Potion's not very useful in the early game. Can maybe save a few HP. A second Body Slam? Alright, I'll do it. Over these two, I'll do it. We upgrade both, we're going to be in a really nice spot. We can go very defensive and be super rewarded for it. I think that's going to be our direction this game. As well as Giga Beam. Stasis Engine. We're playing the zero-cost game. This could definitely be the time for it. I think I'll take this preemptively. I think our deck has gotten a little bit weaker with the addition of these 2 cards. And, you know, this one a little bit, although not as much. But since we're in such a good spot, and we're about to hit a campfire to upgrade something, it's going to be Body Slam. I think we're in a really good spot to speculate and be a little bit greedy. Alright, here we go. Guardian fight. I'm going to have to take a break because this first act is taking over an hour. I swear I'll find a way to... I'll find a way to go faster. This is going to be Spheric Shield this turn, I guess. So we have enough block for next turn, since we're probably not going to pop Guardian. Which means we can't play Stasis Engine, but oh well. We could use the Draw Potion here. I don't think it'll be necessary. We would have drawn these cards anyway, that would have been bad. Yeah, your 36 block isn't looking amazing here. Oh, look, we can pop it, but only because we went into defensive. Okay, what do we got here? Ancient package. That's perfect. We can do Ancient Power, Resilient Plate, Body Slam, and then we keep 3 Strength and Dex on top of the 1 Strength we already have. We can also do Defect for more manipulation. Actually, we're going to have to stay into defensive a lot this fight. I guess Overload helps a little bit too. Like, we don't have very many block cards, which I didn't realize when making this deck. Got too caught up in the moment, forgot about Guardian. There's always something that's really easy to miss in this game. I think the fact that we get 3 decks, though, is going to help when we do draw defense, which thankfully is in the next turn. Which is when he's going to be in defensive mode, and we're going to need to block. Stasis again could be another way to do it. Oh, especially with Stasis Engine. Is that safer then? Than 3 Strength 3 decks? If we use Stasis Engine, we're going to have to play 0-cost cards. And in defensive mode, the only cards we're going to be able to play are non-attacks. They're defensive mode. Yeah, there's no way there's that. I guess unless Spiker Protocol's enough, I don't think Brace 3 a turn is going to be enough. You know what? My gut's telling me this, but my head is telling me this. And I think my head wins out this time. Also, I think this is the more interesting pick. How do we play out this turn, then? I guess not Resilient Plate? Although Curl Up could put us into defensive mode if we play it. That's worth thinking about, I guess. But I also want to play Time Capacitor and Reroute and Body Slam. So I think we keep the Brace. I think we keep this for later. So now which thing do I reroute? Do I reroute Body Slam or reroute Pre-Program? Probably Pre-Program, just for a little bit more control. Yeah, I think that makes sense. We want both defense next turn. It looks like we don't draw that one. I guess I could do Body Slam here. And then we just draw all 6 this turn. We shuffle without losing any of the cards is nice. Maybe we should shuffle without the strike, though. That might be smarter. Maybe we do the Overload. Yeah, that makes more sense, because by the time it comes out, it will be this Guardian's second turn of defensive, which means we're going to want block. We're going to want to put ourselves into defensive mode again. So drawing back to our Stasis and block cards is going to be Stasis. Our Brace and block cards is going to be important. Man, I don't know why I keep forgetting. I keep mixing up Stasis and defensive mode. It's crazy. Oh yeah, Twin Slam. Oh yeah, Pre-Program means I reshuffle the draw pile. I can always just put Twin Slam back into Stasis, and then we do Pre-Program. Shuffle without these, that's actually pretty good. Stasis Engine, huh? Next turn we have Planning Resilient Plate, which I'm probably just going to do to go back into defensive. Which means I'm going to hit Stasis Engine anyway, huh? Interesting. Unless no, it would have to be. No matter which card I put into Stasis, Stasis Engine is always going to be one of the next 2 cards when planning hits. So that's just how it's going to be. Might as well do it now so that it comes out a turn earlier. Yeah. I have 2 metallicize, but I can't do body slam because it'll take 4 damage. Oh, but I had overload coming out. Alright. Well, can't win them all. But you can go into defensive. I guess I play overload here to grab another defend. And then I can play Walker Claw? I guess that makes sense. Next turn is going to be 20 damage. I'm going to gain 2 block now. It's 22. Do this, we're down to 18. Take 16. Go down to 2. We have 12 block. 14 block for next turn. That's most of it. Maybe we should just keep this as 0 cost for Stasis Engine, Twin Slam stuff. Alright. If I can help it, we're not going to take damage this fight. I love how we both came out of defensive at the same time. That was funny. I guess this means we're not blocking this turn, unless I use a potion. But we're not in danger of dying. And something tells me Swift Potion is going to be a lot more useful in turn back too. So I'm going to reroute Body Slam here. I don't really care about the reprogram right now. Yeah. Alright, next turn's going to be big. Fairly sure. Okay, 2 damage is not that bad. Alright, Stasis Engine. Would like the planning. Yeah, I can do the planning here. Yeah, we've now thinned our deck down to the size of my hand. Oh my. Yeah, that was a big turn. Okay. Wow. Man, that felt super powerful once it was set up. Boss Potion, huh? Boss Potion I don't think is consistent enough to take. Is it better than an Attack Pot? Maybe, actually. Because Attack Pot gets less and less good as the game goes on. And although Boss Potion isn't very consistent, I think the weakness of Attack Pot might make it consistent enough to take. It has some damage cards, but most of them are delayed damage. And there's also... Actually, what's that? There's Guardian is Guardian Whirl, which is... I can't draw here? No, right. Guardian has AoE. The Guardian Whirl that requires... No, wait, I can't even get that, can I? Because I'm Guardian. Alright, Slime Boss has the Crush, which is great. Hexa has Hexaburn, which is really not good to have in a potion because it takes another 2 turns to go off. There's Collector, which is You Are Mine. Which is amazing. Automaton. Has Atoma Beam. Which is okay. Champ has Last Stand. Which can be good. It won't be upgraded, so you don't get the heal. You get the debuff reduction. You get the debuff cleanse and sometimes extra strength, which can be good in longer fights. I guess we treat this like a better power potion, maybe, the way I'm seeing this. I'll mark this as okay. Then there's Time Eater. Tim. What is that one called? Chrono something? Which is awful. I guess unless you use it at the start of a fight. Awakened one. Actually, you can't get Awakened one from a potion, can you? Maybe? I don't remember. I don't remember if healing is banned from potions since they're consumables. The third one is Donu Deka. Which, Shaper's Blessing. Which is okay. Yeah, okay. So I've had trouble in the past because I felt like Boss Potion was like Attack Potion in that it was an instant give for you, but it turns out it's actually a lot more scaling. Oh wait, there's also Heart, which is invincible, which is great. So yeah, there's a couple of defensive cards that are like immediate value. Invincible means you can only take 10 damage on the turn. Any extra damage will be cancelled and given to his Brace instead because you're Guardian. Slime Crush gives you 10 block immediately plus the Crush next turn, which is great. But a lot of these are future things. Hexaburn takes a couple turns to do. Oh yeah, this is also a great defensive option. I guess that's why I thought of it, because the 3 best cards are all defensive. And then everything else is either okay or bad. Tama Beam is an attack which can work sometimes. It's kind of like Giga Beam, but weaker. So, you know, sometimes it's going to be good enough, sometimes it's not. Last Stand is situational. Chrono Boost, it's bad, but, you know, if the fight goes on long enough, then you'll get strength. And we're going a stasis route with a lot of zero-cost cards, just in general. I guess it's not necessarily a stasis route. We just have a lot of zero-cost cards. So we'd be getting strength somewhat consistently. It'd be like a really slow version of Demon Form, even slower than Guardian can do. Donu Deka... Donu's Blessing, Deka's Blessing, Shaper's Blessing, yeah. Gives you either strength or plated armor, which is a scaling tool. Minor scaling, it's a lot stronger scaling for damage than it is for block, but it's scaling nonetheless. So yeah, we'd be using that for scaling options, and I guess this for immediate options. And then this is like utility, like we'd be drawing to our other cards in our deck. Like I said, Attack Pod is a lot less worth it the further you go, and I think it actually even starts to fall off in Act 2 if your general attack pool is weak, like Guardians is, or Silence. In some cases, even Defects. On Ironclad and Watcher, you definitely do a lot better. Attack Pod is definitely worth keeping, probably through the end of Act 2. Let's see our cards, actually. Maybe this will help inform our decision. Onyx is back. That's interesting. Just throw that right in the planning and get the immediate debuff reduction. Although we have Overload and Resilient Plate competing already, so maybe that's not worth it. Speed Boost actually may be worth it. The extra Accelerate. Let me get rid of this. It's covering up our deck. Yeah, Speed Boost works really well with our with the stasis stuff that we're doing. We have planning and curl up, and sometimes stuff from compile package. We have charge up as well. I think it'd be a little bit too much stasis stuff. Like we wouldn't need the accelerate immediately, but it does mean that we can lead more into stasis, and thus more into stasis engine, and thus more into just raw power. So I'm leaning towards that right now. I don't think laser turret's the answer. I don't think we need damage over time. I think we've got our scaling damage covered. I don't think Onyx is correct because of Overload Resilient Plate. I'm never really thrilled with Speed Boost because it costs 1, but I guess we could also skip, but I think we're leading into this, so I'm going to take it. So scaling, huh? Do we want a scaling potion, or are we scaling hard enough to not care about it? I think we're still strong enough that we end fights quickly-ish. So these 2 pots would be more equipped to helping with that kind of fight, with that kind of style. Our body slams are going to be making it so that whenever we gain a bunch of block with like Spheric Shield, or yeah, pretty much just Spheric Shield, or I guess whenever we go into stasis. And we also have strength combos with Compile Package, Charge Up, Walker Claw, Twin Slam, that we can kill things fast, block fast. And I'm not really afraid of Book of Stabbing. So we want to get to our combos fast, and we want to use this as a finisher sometimes. Is this strong enough, though, is the question. You know what? I think... I was going to make the argument that on 3 energy it's better, because we're going to be relying on it a lot more, but that's the same for Boss Potion, I guess. Boss Potion, we could just pop it early in a fight. On 3 energy. I really don't have faith in this. Like, when I think of Attack Potion on Guardian, I think of, like, Temporal Strike, Priming Shot. 7 and 8 damage cards. I guess sometimes you get, like even the 2-cost cards, 15 and 16 damage, are not very much for an Attack Potion. You want that thing to end your fight, or end an enemy in the fight. And that's not often going to happen. You know what? I'm going to switch for Boss Potion. I don't know if that's correct, but I'm going to do it. Alright, what's our boss relic choice? Wanderbots, Fusion Hammer, Tiny Bowler Hat. We're not taking Fusion Hammer. We still want upgrades. We're not taking Wanderbots. We need the Stasis. We don't really need energy anyways. We're doing just fine without. And if we need more later, we can grab more Stasis or grab a boss relic from the Act 2 chest. Chance of it all being no energy is really low. So yeah, I think this is a pretty clear bowler hat. Even gives us more 0-cost cards for Stasis Engine. I might even upgrade it soon. But yeah, wow. Long Act 1. I'm going to take a break after that. Here's our act layout. Looks like we have a 3-lead path available to us if we want to. We can take 2 campfires in between. Very similar to Act 1. I think we'd like to do that. Is there a shop anywhere on that path? We'd have to give up an elite. The other 2 shops are on the left side, which we'd have to take 1 campfire, 2 elites for. I don't think the shop is that worth it. Yeah, we'll decide when I get back. So, be right back in just a second. And we're back. We are ready for Act 2. Our Act boss is Collector. Thing that, it's a boss that's generally very scary to face, no matter what character you're playing in Ascension 20. I guess one thing to note immediately is that Body Slam gets nerfed twice by Collector because you will be weak and frail. Defensive mode should help with the frail a bit. The weak is just something we're going to have to deal with. But I think we'll be able to find solutions in time. So, real quick, let's just go over elites. We have the Book of Stabbing. Draw a little book. We need scaling for that. We're going to need decent block for all three of these. We've got Slavers. We're going to need Burst for the back Slaver, the red Slaver. And for Gremlin Leader, just draw a fist holding a knife, I guess. We need consistent damage. To handle the summons before she attacks. And like I said, we need block for all three of these, but for different reasons. Book of Stabbing, we need block just to handle the scaling damage that it puts out, just until we can kill it. We need some block for Slavers, although we'll probably just be able to go into defensive somewhat consistently. And we're going to need controllable burst block for Gremlin Leader, just to handle the turns that she does her big 3x attack. So if we're going to take elites, we need to see if we can properly handle all three of those things. Our deck is a bit slow right now. I think the potions help quite a bit. I think Compile Package helps quite a bit. We might be a bit dependent on draw order. But that said, even if we are, we might still be able to get away with going for them if we're able to sacrifice some HP. Even in the Slavers fight, if you can't block at all or kill the back one on turn 1, you go into defensive for the third hit, so you save 10 HP right off the bat. It's only 24 instead of 34. Still a hefty chunk of damage, but not as game-ending as 34 is. So our scaling damage is mostly in the form of stasis, but also has a little bit of stuff happening in Compile Package and planning. I think Compile Package on 3 energy might be a bit of an issue. However, we also have Tiny Bowler Hat to help with this, and I think that should be enough to handle Book of Stabbing, no matter what we get from it, pretty much. As for Burst, Tiny Bowler Hat helps a little bit with that too, depending on the cards you get. You do need a little bit of luck, but as long as if we prioritize Burst, then we might be okay. That being said, with our deck and the amount of setup, we might end up going a stalling route, maybe leaning into the kind of thing that Spheric Shield does, blocking on turn 1 until we get our proper setup, and then we can aim for the Red Slaver in the back. And as for consistent damage, we have plenty of attacks. Looks like we're going to be keeping our strikes for now. Our Twin Slam will help quite a bit, and the Body Slams will help as well. Also, even though this isn't, and also Walker Claw. Also, even though these aren't amazing attacks, we have card draw and stasis to help get extra cards into stasis, which means that we're going to be seeing these attacks more often. So I think our weakest thing now is Slavers. I think I'm always a bit nervous about Gremlin Leader because pretty much anything can happen at any time. And you have to have an answer no matter what. And at the start of Act 2, you generally don't have that. But that said, I'm definitely not opposed to taking elites. He also didn't lose very much HP in Act 1, so we've healed up 3/4 of what we were missing, and we're almost up to full. If you were to go through an act and lose almost all of your HP, but 1, you would heal up to 3/4 of your max HP, and we'd be at 54 instead of 64. That 10 extra HP that we have, thanks to how well Act 1 went, makes us a lot more equipped to take more risks. We could attempt to find a shop in these question marks. Let's see. Do I need to worry about hallway fights at all? I could list off the hallway fights. I might just make a cheat sheet for these things because I have to reference them. I don't think I should be too nervous. I'm gonna speed things up a bit and just say I'm probably okay. If I want to, let's see, is this left route any good? No, that's right. This left route is pretty bad. So we're gonna be starting on one of these right-hand sides, and we have flexibility in case we can't actually take these routes the way that we want. Even if we don't, if we're not strong enough to take this elite, we can take the shop. So I think we do probably want to go through here. So we can take 3 fights, 2 events, 2 fights, 3 events, or that's it. Just 2 fights, 3 events, or 3 fights, 2 events. We could leave ourselves some flexibility if we start here. Yeah, I guess that's the answer. I'm not sure if I'd be able to make the choice at this right after one fight, but we'll see. Chosen fight. That's gonna be somewhat annoying to deal with our deck, since we rely on skills to set up things. I don't think Spheric Shield is necessary. Really wish we had drawn this later. Actually, I guess once we get to Overload, we'll be fine because that will clear the debuff anyway. I think we drew most of our block this turn. Well, one way of saying it, I guess. I could also just use the draw potion now since we have a 40% potion chance. Yeah, that doesn't seem like such a bad idea. Let's do that. Charge up is good. Then I guess I'll just do damage this turn. We'll have 8 block for next turn, which is decent enough to, I think, skip the Spheric Shield this turn. Also, we now have Strike Dummy, so our Strikes are doing a bit more damage. In conjunction with the Strength, they'll be a lot better than normal. And it's a good thing we didn't do that, because now we... because that would have been a lot of wasted block. Oh, we got Last Stand instead of Overload. That works. I could do Planning first to keep the 2 Strength. I think that's worth it. Especially since we have Sub-Zero, well, this in the draw pile, so even if we get it with Stasis, it'll come out next turn anyway. So I'll get an extra daze and do this. And yeah, even though that cleanses the debuff, it still costs the card while I'm hexed, so second daze. Okay. This does 12 damage, this does 13, so it looks like we're doing Strike Body Slam. And wow, that was actually a lot of damage. I need a damage card from this. Giga Beam, I have 3 energy, let's do it. 63. Okay. Second Overload. With an upgrade, that would be great. Although, if we end up keeping the deck small, then between the Stasis and the Overload we already have, we might already be getting pretty much all of our cards into one hand. So I'm not sure how important Overload is right now. Also, it costs 1 energy when on 3 energy. The 0 cost cards we have in the deck make that a bit better. Stasis Engine also makes it better, since that's technically a 4th energy once we get it going. I don't think we take a second Walker Claw. Again, a little bit too early to take on 3 energy. Could take a Piercing Hide for more block. Considering how last fight went, though, we might just be okay to skip another block card. I am definitely very tempted by this Overload. But if we go through this route, we're not going to be able to upgrade it for a long time, and we have other upgrades we want. Namely, Stasis Engine, Body Slam. What else do we want? Twin Slam, maybe? And we're going to get 3... We're going to get 3 Campfires as active, as long as we're able to go this route. And we might find something else that we want... Oh, jeez. Find something else that we want to upgrade. is it worth it? Generally not a card I like taking because of the downside. Also, would it be a dead card for several fights? Because I don't want to draw 2 less the turn after. I do have Resilient Plate to maybe cancel the downside, but that would be 2 out of our 3 energy. I don't know. Having two large draw cards like this in such a small deck isn't really speaking to me. But something in my head is telling me that I'm wrong about that. You know what? We're here to learn. So if it comes to decisions like these, I'm going to take the learning option. This is the way I'm going to learn. More fights. Hard pull fights means possibility of Snecko. Definitely more tempted to take events than fights, but we also didn't get a potion here. We'll have a 50% chance, and if we miss, we will have a 60% chance. So overall, that'll be an 80% chance to get 1 potion, at least 1 potion, from the next 2 fights, versus a 50% chance. And if we're going this way, well, I guess we could get a fight in one of these question marks. Oh yeah, that's a pretty good reason not to take an extra fight. If we get a fight in the question marks, and that's suddenly we're having 4 hallway fights. I'm not sure how strong we are for that. I feel like we're a little bit underpowered right now, so I'm gonna go with the question marks. And there's a fight anyway. Well, it does matter though, because if we hadn't taken this, then this would have been the looter mugger fight, or I guess this would have been a hallway fight. This would have been looter mugger. This would have been a random hard pull. Okay, we have a problem here. Do I have the damage to kill one of these? 7, 10, 16, 33? I don't. And I really don't want to take 20 damage here. Thanks to Metallicize, it's a little bit weird. Alright, boss potion. I need, like, Slime Crush here. Atama Beam? Can I kill with Atama Beam? Planning is 2 strength. So it's 28. With the AoE, it's 42. Wow. 42 is, like, almost enough to kill this. So we do Twin Slam on this one first. And then Atama Beam would be 42. That's a kill. Then this still has 11. Yeah, that's enough to kill both. Amazing. Wow. Clutch boss potion. And also no potion from that, so that's great. Multi-beam. That may be the area of effect card that we need. It's always nice to have an AoE card. And Guardian is particularly low on those. That being said, we are on 3 energy. And it's not upgraded. So it may be smarter to rely on Tiny Bowler Hat and Compile Package for AoE rather than take the Multi-Beam. Multi-Beam has the same starting damage as Whirlwind on Ironclad, 5 damage apiece. And although you can scale strength on both characters, 5 damage is still really, really weak. Unless you have a lot of strength generation on either character. Also, this passive really is very weak when unupgraded as well. So even though we have stasis things, I don't think it's going to be worth it in the long run. I think we skip this. We take a protocol. I don't think we take the Brace 3 protocols. I would definitely consider it more if we had the Revenge protocol for Brace 5 in turn. So I think we skip again. Okay. Another fight where we're being attacked for a lot in turn 1. And it's really unfortunate because this was not guaranteed to happen, even in this fight. So we just gotta hope that we get something good here. Compile package may be good enough. Come on, I need Sentry. I guess Sentry would be okay. But I meant to say Spirit package. We got the Spirit package, okay. I actually also got the Sentry package, that's kind of funny. We get 2 Body Slam as well. Very nice. Very fortunate rolls on both the Boss Potion and Compile package to save us a bunch of HP. It is letting me know, though, that we are definitely weaker than what we need to be right now. The luck is keeping us at a healthy amount of HP to take on this risky path, but by the time we get here, we're probably going to have to... we might have to stay away from this elite, or we'll have to rest. Or we skip this elite to go to the shop. That may be the smartest play. Ooh. Stasis Engine. Oh, I could have used Resilient Plate, actually. Yeah, that would have been smarter. Maybe, I don't know, the Vulnerable's pretty good, too. Oh yeah, I have another Spheric Shield. So yeah, we do that. Top of 8. Body Slam, Orb Slam. Okay, didn't matter. Another Stasis Engine. Okay. If we take that, I don't have to upgrade the other one. This makes it a lot more likely that we get one of those 2 Stasis Engines earlier. Draw it earlier, we get the effect up earlier, and then we can focus on taking more 0-cost cards. Also, I'm noticing now that the Overload, the second Overload, is making it a lot more likely that we are able to draw enough 0-costs in hand in order for Stasis Engine to go off. The question is, do I take this or is it too greedy? I think we take it. The faster we get the setup in play, the better off we are. Oh boy, it's an upgrade shrine. I was wondering if we would see this. I was thinking that would be an upside of taking the question marks, but you know, it's only one event and however many. I don't think the 2 random gems is worth it over an upgrade right now. So, upgrade it is. And I think we are going to do just the Body Slam, just get that 0-cost. It's going to be a significant buff to our damage output, our energy budgeting, and our Stasis Engine. Very nice event. And wow, we got 2 hallway fights in these 3 question marks. That's crazy. Ooh, we're just 1 off from being able to proc the Stasis Engine here. Oh yeah, Stasis Engine. Getting a Stasis Engine early is also really important with Tiny Bowler Head. Man. Alright, everything's kind of falling into place here. Also, we got an amazing potion. So I'm hoping to be able to keep it for a more threatening fight things, but this is already pretty far. Frightening, threatening. Combine the 2 words somehow. Prepare Crush is amazing, even though it does give us a daze. We did not have a debuff reduction in hand. I could play Compile Package, but I would need to use 2 dazes there. I have just played 1 0-cost card. I could just ignore... Compile Package here. I have enough block for both of these. Body Slam is a little bit low to kill this. This is 18, this is 19. We need an average of 21 per hit here. You know what? I'm going to do the Compile Package, after all. Spheric is actually perfect here. More block. We're going to be having a lot of dazes, but I think the safety here is incredible. Also, Hardened Curl, it puts us into defensive for another turn. Do I want Walker Claw? No, I want Strike. Do I want to just kill the Chosen right now? I think I do. Not being vulnerable is huge. Oh yeah, Slime Crush. Okay, that was a fight. Did I even draw that many daisies that turn? It didn't look like it. Temporal Strike, Shield Charger, or Block. If I had more ways to put stuff into stasis with other cards, like a Suspension, I would take the Shield Charger. Actually, is that the only way to put cards into stasis? No, there's also Future Plans. Otherwise, this 2 cost is actually really punishing. Orb Walk is also difficult to do. We have Curl Up, actually. Curl Up Plus. Chances of that actually working, though, are really low. I don't think we take another setup card right now. Temporal Strike is another 3 damage on top because of Strike Dummy. Doesn't count as... Excuse me. Temporal Strike doesn't count as a 0 cost, though, for Stasis Engine. Even though it is technically free damage. So that's a bit disappointing. I think we skip it for now. I don't see it being that good. If it is good, wow. 6x3 attacked on turn 1. Looks like we do Planning Overload, though. If worst comes to worst, we can always do Curl Up twice with Blue Liquid Memories. Okay. Compile package is perfect here. So is Spheric Shield. We could get a Stasis Engine proc with Compile package and Study the Spire. But that only gives us 1 energy, which would not give us enough to do anything, I don't believe. So I'm just going to play Compile. Looks like it's going to be Sentry package in order to be able to play Spheric Shield. Ooh, the lag. This is 9 damage. Do 3 from Thorns. We're going to be weak next turn. I think we want to kill this first. Alright. We have a 2 and 3 chance of getting Resilient Plate if I play Overload. I think I want to play this anyways. Okay, Resilient Plate found. Cool. This is 19 damage. We've cleared all our debuffs. Okay. Stasis Engine coming in. I'm going to play the second one here. Stasis Engine's stack, so since I procced the first one that turn, I would not be able to play another 3 cards to proc the second one. But I didn't have 3 0 cost cards in hand anyway. Keep ready to close this. Okay. Right, that's an erase, not close. Gremlin Leader attacking again. It's a bit rude. I have 3 0 costs in hand, so I'm going to use the Overload. Man, we drew a bunch of crap. Actually, is that just our deck? Our deck is just a bunch of crap right now. guess I put the strike Walker Claw. No, we put the other Overload in. This is 15 already. Is this going to get any higher? Possibly. I don't think it's going to be high enough to kill Mad Gremlin. It is doing more damage than Strike, though. Strike is going to stay consistent, so I'll do this. Oh yeah, we have Stasis Engine, that's why I was considering that. 22. Okay, we got to kill on Gremlin later. Okay. Akabeko. Lucky Walker Claw pick. Well, the lucky Walker Claw draw might mean that we get, what do you call it, Slavers under our belt? Future plans. Tempting. Tempting with speed boost, that's for sure. Although it is another setup card. I don't think we need it. Maybe I could take Planning instead for more Stasis Engine stuff. I think I'd rather take a suspension and upgrade it. Alright, still have not taken any damage. Just use the Akabeko now rather than waiting. Because if you skip too many attacks, you're going to lose out on the one you can actually use. We can't proc Stasis Engine this turn, even though we have two of them. Bit sad, but you know, that's just how it goes. We're not keeping this block next turn, because we're not in defensive, so I might as well not waste damage. We'll kill it next turn. Plated armor, I think, is going to be a bit more useful than strength, I think. Actually, if we take 2 more strength, puts us at 6. This is doing 11 times 3, 33. Putting this at 28. Yeah, we can kill if we do that. Okay. Repulsor. With all our extra draw, actually, I don't think it's necessary. We also don't have to worry about curses, the downfall curses because of Niao. Emerald. I did think about putting Emerald in planning, and now we're a lot closer to that campfire. Would it be the time? We don't have very many, actual block cards. The other thing I would want to put in planning, actually maybe Ward or Shiv would be better because of Stasis Engine. Just get it more consistently. But then again, we have a bunch of other zero costs, so maybe it's not necessary. I don't know. The actual block cards we have are 2 defense. Does Compile Package give block cards other than Spirit Shield? I don't think so. Then there's Spirit Shield, which 2 block doesn't really matter for. Charge up, but we'd have to keep the block permanently in order for that to work. which can happen sometimes. That's why I'm considering it, because we have Brazilian Plate, Overload Plus. I don't know, I don't think we have the block cards to support a Dex strategy, and we don't have a bunch of sockets to put wards into if we wanted to do that either. I think we might be going in the direction of looking for bigger block cards to use with stasis rather than scaling up decks for smaller block cards. Tourmaline, I don't think is good enough here. Can't really keep a lot of thorns permanently, even with our build. It's a lot harder to do. Repulsor, again, we don't really need it because we have so much draw. And we don't have to worry about curses messing with our deck, like Haunted, Flawed, Bewildered. So I'm going to skip it. Now the question is, do we go for another Elite or do we go for a shop? I think we take the guaranteed shop because we don't know what Act 3's pathing looks like. Also, since we took so much setup, like, I don't know, I feel like we're still getting pretty lucky with our draw orders. I could just be wrong about that intuition, and maybe our deck really is just that good. But I feel like refining the deck a bit more by getting the remove, and maybe taking another card that works well with our deck would be great here. Imagine we found a Quartz in there, put it into planning. I think that versus a random relic and possibility of a rare card, and also losing HP, I think this is better. Because we still want to go through here and take that Elite, so let's just use our gold that we have now. Centennial Puzzle is, well, if we're not taking damage, it's not going to go off. Orange Pellets. We only have Strength as a debuff in this deck, although Overload, I guess, also counts. We also only have a couple powers, although Compile Package can give us more. Maybe that's not an issue, then we can probably proc Pellets. I guess the question would be, do we need it? You know, surprisingly, I guess because I don't take temporary buffs or debuffs that often in Guardian builds, I haven't taken Pellets very much, even though I know how strong it can be if you have like a big gem build. You get enough temporary strength or dex, then you just clear the temporary part, and then suddenly you have amazing scaling. But again, we don't have that many sockets. We don't have that many defensive cards to actually make the defensive part work, and I think we're doing just fine damage if you're leaning to the body slam. So I'm not feeling it. Centennial Puzzle would be great for when this deck starts falling off, just in case that happens. Also, it's something to spend our gold on. We do have this question mark here, and if that turns out to be a shop, I'd probably be sad. So maybe we do skip it. Who knows if we're even going to take damage sometimes. We have been getting lucky, though. I really just don't want to face the regret of going to a shop with 110 gold and missing out on a lot better stuff than this. And if there's an early Act 3 shop, we wouldn't mind visiting that anyway. We also have 2 overloads. And Stasis Engine and all that. So maybe adding extra draw isn't that good, so that because it's less control and unnecessary. I think I am going to save my gold, actually, after all that. Now the question is, what do we remove here? I think it's a defend. Our strikes are going to be doing decent enough damage to stay in the deck for now, although I might remove a strike next later. But these defends are not doing very much. We have no dex. We have no ability to do dex scaling or lead into that. We're doing a lot more brace things and stasis things, and we're going to want to take bigger block cards. This would open up the possibility of me taking maybe one of the common blocks. Maybe a temporal shield. But the other two would be recover and piercing hide. So yeah, I'm going to go with the defender move. And we're just going to move on. I think that was worth going to a shop for. Getting removes are really important. Lantern is great, actually. If we get a stasis engine on turn 1, that will help quite a bit. The library. Well, we don't need to heal. Let's see what the cards say. Okay. Stuff popping out to me. Suspension, time capacitor. Well, there's a couple of block cards here, like I said. Resilient plate. Oh yeah, I do want to upgrade those, don't I? Get those reusable brace and debuff reduction. There's 3 gems in here. There's also a Fears Bash. We do not have the kind of stasis build that would want a Fierce Bash, but it's neat that it's here. Charge Up is also sticking out. Amethyst is also sticking out. We can put that in the Twin Slam. Garnet Amethyst Twin Slam is one of my favorites. Not the favorite, because I think that belongs to anything abusing citrine or quartz, but getting the alternate offense and defense ones that are more powerful is really nice. Just to go through these real quick, I don't think Emergency is that good with 1-cost cards. Walker Claw is expensive, Roll Attack is expensive. Oh yeah, there's Temporal Shield here too. We got all 3 common blocks. I still think we can skip it for now. I don't think we take the Aquamarine. Charge Up would be interesting, because we already have one and it's a 0 cost, and it gives us strength and block. Works well with a deck that draws a lot. Resilient Plate again. Is it worth it to take the Resilient Plate and lean into the Brace? It might be. If we can get those upgraded, then it might be a valid strategy to our scaling defense. And keeping debuffs off us actually is pretty good too. In the Heart Fight, having a more consistent debuff reduction would allow us to survive the first cycle. And since it's cheap, it helps quite a bit. Time Capacitor especially, though, is a really good stasis enabler. I don't know if we wanted to take more setup, though, is the thing. We might be leaning more into Accelerate. I'd probably take a Speed Boost over Time Capacitor. Because Speed Boost would allow us to use other cards that were in stasis and clear space for more stasis. Which is the reason why we want Time Capacitor anyways. The more stuff we can put into stasis, the better our deck would be. The more value we get out of free cards. Suspension would need an upgrade. Resilient Plate would need an upgrade. I don't think we take the common blocks yet. Suspension, Resilient Plate, Charge Up, Amethyst. I think since Suspension is one of these, we skip, and then, since it's a common, we have a chance of getting it later. I keep repeating myself on that, and you figure at some point that's going to stop being true. Because later in the game you get the less chances you have of getting those cards, but it's a combination of it being a common card and also how much effect it has. Because again, we need to upgrade it in order for it to be a draw card. The stasis control is nice, but not completely necessary. I'm definitely leaning towards the Resilient Plate here, but the Amethyst is also strong for different reasons. I think both of those are better than the Charge Up. So the debuff reduction is good utility in general, although with 2 overloads and another Resilient Plate, it may not be as useful. The Brace 8 is important, but we may actually want more front-loaded block cards. I may actually take a Shield Spikes at this point. I definitely want more Spheric Shields than anything, though. Amethyst is a great front-loaded block option, especially in Twin Slam. I am nervous about taking just a raw Brace card. It's great scaling block, but again, we need front load. This isn't the greatest front load, but I think we're going to lean into this. We're going to upgrade Twin Slam, and then socket it here, and then do the other overload, do the resilient plate. We'll figure it out once we get there. I don't think we need to prioritize the other upgrades yet, because we also have the end of act campfire right after. That's the only one? Okay, we're not doing that yet then. Alright, upgrade Twin Slam. Okay. Good time for this to be happening, I guess. We drew Spheric Shield, huh? We also drew Stasis Engine. You know, drawing these together has not been great. The Lantern is helping a bit, though, I suppose. I could do Spheric Shield curl up on Stasis Engine. Do I have any way to proc Stasis Engine? I have Compile Package, 2 Body Slams, and a Charge Up. But I would need to rely on Compile Package for defense. Oh no, I can use Liquid Memories next turn on Spheric Shield. Okay. I'm going to do that then. And then I'm going to use Curl Up on something that isn't Spheric Shield, I suppose. Could do it on Resilient Plate. And then if we get Speed Boost, we'd be able to get both cards out. And then be able to reduce all our debuffs from Snake Plane. That sounds good. Okay. Okay, we got Compile Package. That's cool. We got the Spheric Package anyway. Wow. Spheric Package has really been showing up. Ancient Package is not how we block this turn, so... That's enough block for this turn. I guess we could also do Harned. This is only the first attack turn, so the next turn we'd be able to have Permanent Thorns as well. We could also just do Walker Claw for 30 damage right now. Walker Claw plus... This is 25 minus... 26 minus 7, 19. 30, 49. Oh wait, this would hit 3 times, so... That'd be 12 blocks, so it's only 37. It's not that important. Hardened Body Slam would do something, though. Hardened Twin Slam Body Slam. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, that did a total of 49. Plus 18 from Thorns. We gotta kill this turn? Yeah. Cool. Yeah, this is still going very well. Alright, Temporal Shield I don't have to give up other things for. With an upgrade, it's probably good enough. $10 block for 1 energy is pretty good. I'm still, for some reason, feeling like it's not good enough. Probably because I just don't take these common blocks very often. We still have a ton of HP as well. I guess that means if it's good later, I can just take it. Rather than using that as a reason to skip it. I'm taking it. Alright, Amethyst, you're going right in the Twin Slam, which is somehow gone before the planning. And now we choose our next upgrade. Resilient Plate, Overload, Temporal Shield, Walker Claw. Don't need to do the Speed Boost for the Retain. So what do we give us? Could also do Walker Claw for extra hit, which would be nice with the Akabeko and the strength that we gain. But I think we're doing just fine on damage for now, especially with the body slams. Overload for less downside. We haven't really felt that downside yet, but then again, we haven't really drawn that overload first yet. And I think the time we did, we had Resilient Plate as well. Do I want to make the Temporal Shield better immediately? Probably, actually. More block is better. If I do the Resilient Plate, though... Well... I was thinking that doing the Resilient Plate would make it replayable, and then that would be useful for the debuff in Collector Fight, but doing Overload would also be similar. And also, we'd be able to... Also, this is still debuff reduction the first time we play it anyways. I don't need this screwing me over, so I'm going to do this. Alright, final elite. It's the Slavers. Do we get to the Walker Claw? No. Do we get the Giga Beam? No. We got a Walker Claw, I guess. In a different way. That'd be 13 times 4, 52. That would be enough to kill. We would not have a lot of defense, but we have a Temporal Shield. Spirit Package, I guess would be better. Maybe. We still have Akabeko with 2 strikes and the planning with strength in our hand. So we'd still be doing decent damage to the back Slaver first. I think we're going to go the defensive route. As long as Spirit Package keeps showing up, I think we're doing pretty darn good. This is actually 29 because this guy did its weak on turn 1. Oh my. Those are not the cards you want to hit. I think we'll still be okay though. If we hit Speed Boost, we'll actually be just fine. We can use Stasis Engine. I don't know why the lag keeps coming back. Hey, Atoma Beam. Very nice. There's only 9? I guess Curl Up makes it a lot more. Man, it's so close. This is 30? The only other 0 cost I have in my draw is Body Slam. So that would be the thing we're trying to draw there. I guess we should kill this back guy. I was trying not to waste damage, but I don't want to waste HP either, so... Also, with 6 Thorns, this is only 1 times 2. Sad. It's not enough to kill, so I guess we go for this one. Is this going to be another 0 damage fight? It's pretty crazy. Wow. Blue Candle. Not a detriment in normal mode. We don't need to prove sharpness here. Hey, there's a Resilient Plate we don't have to pay for. Actually, it was just the library, so give up another card for. I'll take it, actually, for the extra brace. Yeah. At this point, damage potions like Brew of Sharpness are falling off. And I never really liked this potion anyway. I think it's way more powerful. Let's go here. This is a 0 damage act up until the boss. Pretty impressive that this deck maneuvered like that. Definitely gonna have to watch the replay to understand that better. See how much of that was luck and how much of that was just the deck being insane. Do we even need to upgrade the resilient plates at this point? I think we upgrade the temporal shield now. If we could stop lagging, that'd be great. I don't know why we're lagging. Alright, here we go. Stasis engine on turn 1 is a great start. I do think we actually skip on playing the strike this turn, even with the Akabeko. Summoning Torch Heads next turn, we want to be able to kill those quickly. If we get the Walker Claw, it'll be very lucky. Okay, we've got all 3 of our draw cards in hand. Great. I guess I do Temporal Shield first. Maybe I do Overload first. Because it draws more. But I also need to play the block, and I have limited energy. But I also need to draw. I think drawing first is important. Okay, we got another compile package. If I play the Stasis Engine, I can still play 2 energy worth of cards. Oh yeah, it's also worth remembering, Stasis Engine goes off before any other effects once you play the 0-cost card. So if I do compile package twice, we'll draw 2, and then whatever cards from the package come into hand. So we might actually miss out. That means I think we do charge up, compile package now, we draw 2, and then we get the package in hand to play after. 2 energy is perfect for Spheric package. I'll take that. It's also perfect for our body slams. This is not quite enough to block. We need 35, we have 32. Does that mean I use a body slam on both? Or both the body slams on one? I guess 3 damage is not that much. But now I'm thinking, can I perfect this boss? I think the answer is yes, so I'm gonna greed. I'm gonna do the greed thing. Forgive me. Okay, Hunter's not attacking, that's good. Oh, how ironic this is. Ooh, getting the Orb Slams every turn is great for Stasis Engine as well. I don't want to kill this just yet. I want to wait until Collector summons again. But I'm not sure if I'd be able to do that. What I can do, though, is use Curl Up on Resilient Plate, so by the time it comes out, we can use it on Collector's debuffs. I think that would be perfect. Also, it would put us into defensive, which is great, too. This is 27, leaving us at 12. This is 8, leaving it at 4. That sounds fine to me. We can kill it at any time, and it's not going to die to Thorns. That was the other thing. Also, we're 1 away from proccing Stasis Engine. I think we do Walker Claw and then Orb Slam. We shuffle without the strikes. Yeah, I believe that's correct. Ooh, and Slam's coming in again. Okay. Spheric Shield going into Stasis is actually great, because this will come out the turn after we go into defensive with Resilient Plate, which means that this block is timed very, very well. I'm going to play this once. We may not need to play it twice. So I'd want to do a little bit extra damage. 3 extra. Yeah, I don't think I need to play this a second time. If we need more vulnerable, I can just redraw the Twin Slam. So strike it in. Oh yeah, speed boost is a thing too. Well, this is obviously Temporal Shield to block this turn. I'm not going to play Resilient Blade or anything like that. Atomic Beam, I suppose, is fine. Loses 1 energy. Oh wait, no, we don't want to do that, do we? But then it's going to cost 2 when we redraw it. I guess that's acceptable, because then we can kill both Torch Heads once she resummons. If she resummons, I suppose. Oh wait, but this is also our 3rd 0 cost. Yeah, okay. We'll clear that energy down with Overload. We also don't want to reshuffle with Walker Claw, just in case I redraw it. No, that's not right. It's a lot of damage. I guess as long as the enemies aren't attacking, then we're usually pretty fine. And she's resummoning. I want to redraw a debuff down. So I'm tempted not to do damage here. Guess we just do that. Oh yeah, I also want to... Oh, wait, I have a 0 cost in hand. There we go. Okay, neither of those were debuff downs. So I guess we draw. Okay, we only have 1 more turn of debuffs. That's great. Great news. Next turn she's probably dead. In fact. Okay. This deck is insane. Speed Potion? No. 3rd Stasis Engine. Yes. Like, actually, yes. If we get that 4th energy from the boss relic here, we are set. Like, I don't think there's anything stopping us. Gem Cannon's not worth it. We don't have that many gems. We got 3. I guess 5 if we get Twin Slam in the same hand. Which is arrangeable. I would make it like 50 plus vulnerable plus strength. It's probably somewhere in the 80 to 90 damage range still. But so are our body slams. Idol of Retromation. Discounts our stasis engines, Walker Claw, and Spheric Shield. Runic Dome. We're not taking the bell. We have Blue Candle, but we need the energy more than we need 3 random relics, let alone a curse. Dome, I think we need control over what... I think we need to know what the enemies are doing, because our deck requires us to play with a lot of control. Oh yeah, Idol of Retromation. Once we get our 2 costs out, we'll discount 1 cost cards. Although, with how small our deck is, that may not. Well, all the stasis engines will disappear, and so will the Spheric Shield once we play it. So we don't have to worry about Walker Claw, and I guess whatever comes out of Compile Package. I don't think we need to take the Runic Dome downside, so I think this 4th energy is actually great. I think I'm going to prioritize removes. If I take that, though. Because the discounts are going to be a lot more important on our higher impact cards. So I don't want it hitting strikes and defense while we're relying on doing stuff with overloads and stasis. I think this is fine, though. course, Time Eater would be our boss. It's just how it goes. Ooh, wow, wait, 2 early shops with 400 gold. Into a perfect 3 elite path. Perfect? Actually, maybe less than perfect. We get 0 campfires the entire act. How much do I actually want to... You know what? If we're going to be removing a bunch of cards... If we're going to be removing our basic cards, the resilient plates get a lot better. To play multiple times in, like, the hard fight. Man, with how aggressive we're doing temporary buff... Oh, with how aggressive we're doing debuff reduction... it'd be nice to have a way to get more temporary buffs. I think regardless we go here, and then try and figure out the rest of the path from there. Oh wait, this is a 3 elite path as well, with 2 campfires. I could even skip this elite for this... Oh wait, no, I can still go this way, take a campfire instead of an elite, and get the shop. Okay. Yeah, we're definitely starting here. And then if we end up spending all our gold at this shop, we'll just go straight to the elite. Stasis engine already getting a discount, that's great. Also, we have 3 of our 0 costs in hand, that's also great. Okay, speed boost was fine because now we get Twin Slime out. Which means we get to block a little bit. 12 damage I think is enough to pop one of these 2. Generally I think Polishing Oil is insane because it gives you 10 block on the turn you use it, plus 10 more the turn after when you leave defensive, or, you know, have another turn of it. And it doesn't mess with your brace counter. So I'm thinking about using Liquid Memories here on the curl up. I think that's what I'm going to go with. 40% potion chance at the start of the act is fine. Also, we only needed to block for 10 anyways because of the Talisize. Also 70 HP. I was correct about being able to perfect Collector. It's always nice to see that point boost at the end of the game. I'm gonna just body slam this guy, I think. Yeah. We don't need to... Thankfully we don't have any relics here that we need to mess with or meta-scaling. Got another potion back. Definitely weaker than the other one, but still fine. Another Garnet. Wow. Just perma-vulnerable? We could put that in the planning. I think it's better than both these other 2. And it's another 0 cost in the meantime. It'd be really funny if we got the Grimforge event. No, Grimforge? Ominous Forge. Ominous Forge is the Warp Tongs one. Oh wait, that's not a downfall. Wait. I don't know if that works with Guardian just because it's Guardian, or if it's downfall specific. In downfall, Ominous Forge gives you a third option on Guardian to put another gem slot, put another socket into a card that already has sockets. So you can make a Twin Slam with 3 sockets or a Bubble Burst with 3 sockets, and it's pretty great. And I would like to be able to put the Garnet in there. Actually, I'd probably keep it for something else, because between the chance of You Are Mine from Tiny Bowler Hat and being able to just put this in planning, I think we'd be fine without 4 turns of vulnerable. I think in other circumstances, though, I would do it. I'm going to still take it, though. I want to put that in the planning. The Purifier. I can still gain 2 random gems by smashing it. Wait a minute, this is a Guardian-specific thing. Okay, so that means the Ominous Forge will probably give us that third option if we find it. Either way, though, I'm removing a card. Is it still going to be Defend, actually? I think it is still going to be Defend. Because killing things fast is still viable right now with how well we're doing. And Defend is doing nothing. Alright, shop time. Chemex. If only we had taken the multi-beam earlier, huh? Just kidding. Shuriken. Happy Flower. I don't think we need Happy Flower anymore. If we didn't get an energy relic, I would probably snap pick that. I can afford Shuriken and card remove. Can I also afford... Okay, Shuriken plus card remove. Let's do the math here. I just clicked that by accident because I had the calculator. I'm going to probably save and quit to do that. 284 plus 125 plus 44 from that. 453. Okay, so we do have enough for that. I can't even see the... Oh, there it is. I don't think black should be a valid color for that. You know, maybe I don't have to save and quit if I decide that I want the floating orbs. I might. Like, that could be our consistent damage. We have strength scaling. We have stasis engine that will absolutely love that. It means we don't have to take any more zero cost crits for the rest of the run. Let's see how our deck looks with this. Actually, how often am I going to be able to do Shuriken if I remove strikes? I have Body Slams. I have Twin Slam, Walker Claw, and I guess whatever comes out of Compile Package. I think we're fine to get rid of one. Also, is this better than whatever else we can get in the next shop? I think it's better to spend the gold now. Shuriken also helps the Walker Claw. If we get the Spheric package out of Compile Package again, I think we're going to be just fine. Yeah, I think this is strong enough to do, and if we're taking that, I think Floating Orbs is going to be great. We're going to want an upgrade on that just to make it proc Stasis Engine whenever you play it. But I think this is fine. I think the misclick there is acceptable. Now I guess we take more events for the to head to the Elite. We got a relic. Bronze Scales. When our damage is just not enough. Also helpful against the heart. Potions. I will definitely take a second Polishing Oil over a colorless potion any day. Also, I'm generally a proponent for potion diversity, so that you can handle different situations depending on what's happening. I think that these defensive mode potions are more than good enough to handle whatever comes, though. So I'm not going to do Liquid Memories. Alright, we know the drill. Stasis Engine. Planning, study the Spire. Charge up. Okay, we got 3 energy. We gotta do Overload here. I think we do Curl Up Resilient Plate? Not sure. That puts us into defensive, which means we block 12 out of 18, take 6. It's probably better to just use a potion here. We'll do like Walker Claw Floating Orbs, I suppose. Yeah, we definitely want to kill one of these. And just go into defensive for next turn. The question is, do we want to use Brace? Do we want to Accelerate to get Spheric Shield out faster? Do we want to use Floating Orbs to get more attacks a turn? I think we want to use Floating Orbs with this upcoming draw. Hopefully that's correct. Okay, she attacked. Interesting. Twin Slam's going to be really helpful here. We got Spheric Package. So more Floating Orbs a turn is great. as well as the Spirit Shield coming out like this. This is 75 damage, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it's 75. Because we're missing another 25, and this particular combination is 100 damage. This would be, if we use this twice, that's minus 20. So we'd only be taking 2. I'm thinking about just doing Twin Slam, Second Slam, Body Slam on Reptimancer, and then Orb Slam. Just Slam Reptimancer. And then if we got the other Body Slam with our last energy from Overload. Yeah, let's do Overload first. We got the other Body Slam. We have a kill. I'm fairly certain. Body Slam is insane. Look at that. That's crazy. This is why Body Slam's getting nerfed. A third one? I'll take a third one. This card is crazy. We'll upgrade it. Of course, it's not an event, it's a fight. Then again, we got some pretty good events already. We're taking 7. I think our potion can do way better than blocking for 7, so I'm going to keep it and just take the damage. But I am going to aim for this back one here. The left and right Darklings both have the ability to do 2 times attack, and the middle one does not. Oh, thank goodness, that's the one with the higher attack anyway. Might as well. Thorns. Power Potion, okay. Not my favorite. Another charge up, I don't think is necessary. I don't want a Prismatic Spray even though it has gem slots. We don't need to add more cards to this deck, it's already almost perfect. Anything we do would just be to prepare for the Boss Gauntlet and Heart. And I guess also the stuff, so we really want to refine this. Oh yeah, I was saying I would want to prioritize shops for card removes. Garnet goes into planning. We upgrade Body Slam. Because that's going to be played multiple times, and Floating Orb only gets played once. Might not even prioritize the Floating Orbs. Still got the Resilient Plates, what we want to upgrade. It's a total of 4 upgrades that we want. We're getting 3 this act. Well, actually 2, because we got a recall. This first. The boot! Wow. Why did I skip in Act 1 again? Surely it's not as bad as this. Actually, Orb Slams will get a small boost of damage, so maybe it's not so bad. Do we start doing the Resilient Plates now? It may not be necessary to do both. No, it'll be necessary to do both. Yeah, I'm going to prioritize these over the Floating Orbs. There was a chest in between those, okay. Wow, for once we didn't actually draw Stasis Engine on turn 1. This turn sucks. That's just how it is. Actually, we might be able to speed boost it out. No, we got Twin Slam instead, but that's fine. Now... Now you're only down to 9. And again, we're only taking 7. So, not really worth. I guess that's boot value as well. Wow. But yeah, Shuriken went off now. I'll play the Resilient Plate. More Brace. Play the You Are Mine as well. I have only one stack, so I'm not going to be able to play Spheric Shield. I can play Resilient Plate from Bronze Package, though, so I'm going to do that. Right? Actually, I had Curl Up. It's not worth playing Orb Support since they're intangible. It's got to be Curl Up. It's got to be Curl Up. I'll do this. No, we'll do Body Slam for next turn. And then we're gonna get killed this turn, I'm pretty sure. Vulnerable with 90 HP. We now have 3 stacks. Give me another 0 cost so I can play Body Slam for more. Okay, fine. Wait, that's 45? Cool. Incense Burner, that's... wow. That's wow. I don't need these. Immediately gets into AoE fight. That's fine. I said I don't need them and I meant it. We might be able to kill this immediately. It's 60. That's 52 damage by itself. Plus planning. We don't want to take damage from this, though, if we can avoid it. We'd have 1 energy left. We could play Overload and then something else. Because of Stasis Engine. What would we draw that would be able to block? Nothing? Not unless we, like... No, we can't even kill the thing. Alright, I guess we do this and then just use it on... Okay, those are not the best. We got Curl Up. 15 damage 4 times. 22 damage 4 times. It's 30? That's so close. Alright, we're gonna do it like this. Don't have any way to do stasis things, so I'm just gonna grab our 4 extra strength. I could probably kill this right now. Especially since we have artifact strip like no other. Yeah. Take 9 damage from this, so I can't even play the Body Slam for 24. We'll have 12 block, this is 14. We don't need to take damage this fight, so I'm not going to. Still not going to play the Body Slam. Spheric Shield will bail us out. As long as we draw Body Slam here, we will... be just fine. Easy. I don't know about Power Potion. Emergency Walker Claw Emerald. Don't need any of these. Fire Potion. Going to this elite. We got Giant Head and Reptimancer possibility again. Reptimancer with Fire Potion is a pretty good combo. I don't know if we need even more scaling than we already have with the Power Potion. Guardian's weird because most of it is like utility, so it's not even that simple to just use the Power Potion when you want scaling. It's a bunch of very particular situations where Power Potion is good. We may need that extra oomph to beat Time Eater, though. We also may just need the Fire Potion just in case we get a bad draw against Repto. I'm going to do that. I think that's more important. Time Eater is going to... Oh, we found like every shrine? No, there's one more. Transform Shrine. That's the only one we haven't seen this act. So weird. Duplicate. Absolutely duplicate. What do we want to duplicate, though? Probably Spheric Shield. Spheric Shield is just so much safety. It's like Impervious. We could do Stasis Engine number 4 for Collector's Bonus, but I don't think we want to do that. Same deal with Body Slam. I think Spheric Shield enabling the Body Slams is also really important. We could also do Compile Package. I think that would be the other rival, just to make sure that whatever we get out of Compile Package we can actually use in the fight that we need it for. Oh, we have Incense Burner on 4. We're fine against Repto. Didn't even notice that. So there's 7 packages, right? Compile Package has a 3 in 7 chance of getting the package with the Spheric Shield in it. So that'd be like adding 42%, 43% of a Spheric Shield to the deck. It's like 8 block. Funny. But you don't have to pay 2 energy for it, at least. Unless you find it. Spheric Shield seems safe, but I'm wondering if Compile Package just sends us to the moon. I don't know. I'm gonna stick with the Spheric Shield. Okay. Combo time. Card into Stasis. Temporal Shield to draw because there's a card into Stasis. Planning. Speed boost. Get the second card out, as well as the block and 1 strength. How much damage do we do here? 27 plus 15 because of Akbeko. 42. This is 12. So 18. 60. And this is 21, 31, so 91 damage. Repto goes down to 53, and we're intangible next turn. And we full block this turn? Okay. Hopefully get a kill in. Oh yeah, 33 because of Shuriken. I wonder if I should stall for Time Eater. Turn 1, Time Eater can sometimes do the big attack, and if I'm not prepared for that, I'm taking like 30 damage. This is 42. We have 3 thorns. We don't want to do more damage to Repto if we can avoid it. I think. Looks like we're gonna have to do it anyway. Forgot that was gonna be 6 times 2. Oh well. Okay, well, Incense Burner on 0 going into this fight. He's not the greatest. Regal Pillow, wow. Temporal Potion. That might be better than Fire Potion. Yeah. We don't have any open sockets, or else I might have taken the Aquamarine, but then again, that would have been bad for Repto? For Time Eater. This deck relies a lot on playing a lot of cards very fast. I was thinking about maybe Charge Core, but I think we have enough draw as is. So here we go. Recall time. And you know what? I'm going to take a break, because I haven't eaten yet. Did this pretty much right after I woke up. So I'm going to be right back after I grab myself some breakfast. And then we'll be primed and ready to take on the rest of the game. 2 Act 3 bosses, Act 4 Elite, and the Heart. So, don't go anywhere. Alright, we're back. And we're ready to take on Time Eater. So, whenever your deck is hard countered by a boss, such as Time Eater or Awakened 1 in some cases, or even in Downfall mode, maybe Silent 3, or similar things, you know. Defect 3 is also somewhat of a counter to power decks. Make a plan. How are you going to counter their counter? I think our plan is going to be make use of stasis to hold cards, use overload to draw back through our deck, and then prioritize using Twin Slam for strength down on Time Eater, prioritize using the brace cards, and then just use the body slams for damage. Also, we're going to ignore the floating orbs. We're probably going to ignore the compile package. Maybe not, actually. No, we probably are. I don't think most of the packages would be helpful in this fight. Most of the traditionally helpful packages, like Spirit package, involve putting a floating orbs into the deck and a harden, both of which would basically be curses. The Spirit Shield would be nice, but yeah. You can't use the Sentry package, because that's a lot of cards at a turn. What's the other one I was thinking of that has defect? You can't do stasis things. So you got 3 whiffs already. And then some of the other things just have dead cards anyway, like Automaton has Giga Beam, which would be a dead card. The extra Resilient Plate would be nice, and the Orb Sport goes away, but the Giga Beam being there, maybe that's actually not so bad with the Resilient Plates. Well, it would steal the Idol of Retribution proc, but using them with the Resilient Plate might not be so bad. Orb Walker wouldn't be so bad either. Shaper's package would be bad. And what's the last one? Donudeka. Donudeka would be good, I think. Because then the artifact would... Well, we don't really need that one either. So like 2 hits out of 7? I suppose that's possible. I think we do still want to do Stasis Engine things. Also, since we don't yet have... well, we could use a Spirit Shield now. I think we want to do Overload first, just to see what we get. Okay, we got Twin Slam this turn, which means we don't have to use Spirit Shield, I don't think. Twin Slam will take Time Eater down to 4 times 3. And then we only take 10 damage, which is good because we don't have any brace in hand anyways. So I think our play is planning, Twin Slam, Second Slam, charge up, study the Spire, and I guess we get one more card, so Temporal Shield. Probably do Temporal Shield first then. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards, and that's 1, 2, 3 energy. I would like to play the Stasis Engine, but we don't have to. If we want to block, we especially don't want to. So yeah, let's do this first. Then I'll use a plan. Twin Slam, Second Slam, charge up, study the Spire, And yes, Study the Spire we are still going to use, even though it's extra cards. This turn, I'm hoping to only use 5 cards, which means we're probably going to ignore this compile package. By the way, I realize I didn't really explain this, but when you're making a plan for a boss that counters your general strategy, what you do is you just go through your deck and look for any potential way that you can deal with the downside. So that's why I was going through the different things: compile package, weighing the upsides and downsides, eventually deciding it's probably not worth it. Thinking through what I normally do with the deck. I usually play a lot of cards. We're trying not to, so how do we win this fight without playing a lot of cards? And the answer, I believe, is the body slams plus extra block. So we go for the brace to go into defensive, giving us block. We don't play floating orbs. So yeah, you just identify all the different ways that you have upsides and downsides in your deck to handle the problem at hand, and then make strategy around the stuff that is good. That's why Twin Slam came into play as well. And the overloads, the resilient plates, body slam. And, so long as you haven't just super specialized your deck, you'll be fine at doing that. Okay, so we're going to be giving Time Eater an extra strength, a couple strength this turn, so I don't mind using the Spirit Shield. We know that Time Eater is not doing the 8x3 attack next turn because it can never do the same attack 3 times in a row. So it'll either be doing its debuff turn or its super attack turn. So combined with the fact that it's already gaining 2 strength this turn, because we're going to play 5 cards, using Spirit Shield here does not seem like such a bad thing, even if he doesn't attack next turn. We're blocking for quite a bit now, and it'll be a nice bonus if he attacks next turn. So let's just use this first. We also get quite a bit of damage out of this. So we have 4 more cards. 1, 2, 3, 4. We got 2 energy. I think this is going to be just fine. We can curl up the compile package back into stasis. Okay, it was in fact the debuff turn. Oh, and because we use curl up, we have 8 brace left to go back into defensive, so we can actually keep this block if we want. You know what? It's actually not a bad idea to use compile package, because even if we whiff, we still get a 0-cost card out instead of the entire package. So we can just ignore that card for the rest of the fight instead. We got the Orb Walker package, which I believe will be helpful. I don't think the Ancients package is the answer, but maybe it could be. The decks from Ancient Power Plus would not be that great. A third Overload would be unnecessary. We have an Overload in hand already, and the Ancient Construct is too expensive to play. Orb Walker. Do we have a... Yeah, we have a Resilient Plate in our draw anyway, so the debuff turn won't even matter. Orb Walk, I want the extra strength from. Adding 2 attacks to the deck is less than ideal, though. I'll do this, and then we'll decide. That's definitely the best out of the 3. And I'll decide whether to play it later, I suppose. For now, I can grab 2 more strength if I want. I can also just grab 5 plated armor. Did they change this art? I don't remember this being here. Maybe they didn't. Maybe they were always there. 5 plated armor or 2 strength. I am going to go with the plated armor, actually. It's tempting to take the extra damage, but we already have plenty. I think I wait for the Orb Walker package for when I have Curl Up in hand, so I can properly put the Orb Walk into stasis. I'm also going to go with Display. I only played 4 cards this turn. We drew the Resilient Plate. Damn it. Okay. I forgot about that. So now we don't have a guaranteed Resilient Plate next turn. We draw 2 more cards next turn. We only have 2 guaranteed 0 costs in hand. And we know that 3 of those cards are not going to be blocked, but I guess it doesn't matter because we're in defensive. Yeah, this is fine. I'm just going to leave it this turn. We'll keep that Resilient Plate for an extra chance of getting the debuff cleanse. Chrono Boost. We got the Chrono Boost from that. Okay. That first. 15 times 3, we full block that. I'm not worried about that at all. Okay. I'm going to play this Stasis Engine for our third power here. It's actually 3 cards to do Stasis Engine, Chrono Boost, Body Slam. But maybe that's okay. We could even do Orb Walker Package Curl Up for our last 2 cards this turn. Yeah, that's fine. We're not vulnerable anymore, so the extra 2 strength is actually going to put him at 36 instead of whatever it would have been. Oh, right, that goes first. Well, looks like we're doing double Body Slam then. Because I want to split this turn, I think. If we get Twin Slam next turn, yeah, that'll be great. We're going to split this turn. We did not get Twin Slam. Okay. And we can't even draw with Temporal Shield. Can't go back into defensive with Spirit Shield. Resilient Plate, we're 2 off. So I guess we just pass this turn. Maybe I should have played the Resilient Plate anyway. Hey! Good time for you to happen. Orb Walk, I guess, is just an Inflame now, if we want to do it like that. I'm going to do it like this. Do I want more vulnerable, or do I want to play Orb Walk? I think I want to play Orb Walk so it doesn't steal Idle anymore. 22 is not enough to matter. $12 by 3. Okay. Not enough to go into defensive, like I said, but still fine. We have 4 cards next turn? Actually, we can go into defensive right now with this potion, if I want to. Next turn, only getting 2 cards is a little scary. If I decide... Oh wait, no, I have a Stasis Engine to do stuff here. So I can definitely play 2 more cards this turn. I'm going to do Curl Up Resilient Plate, I think, for entering defensive. Or just Curl Up, maybe. Three cards. Walker Claw, Curl Up. Taking a bit of damage. If we play 1 more card, that's fine. Yeah, 5 damage is not that bad. Yeah, our damage, we don't have damage problems at all, so we win this fight pretty easily, actually. Despite the little bit of scare that the Time Eater's passive gives us. Alright, if we get Awakened one, this is going to be also very interesting. Okay, we got Awakened one. We have 4 powers in our deck. Plus Compile Package. Oh wait, we also have Study the Spire. I think we still have to do the Stasis Engines. And Study the Spire also creates powers. Okay. How do we make a plan for this guy? We can do the same trick that I was trying to do last time with Twin Slam. Whenever Awaken 1 resets and respawns, if I use the Twin Slam twice to reduce its strength by 4 temporarily before it respawns, then it loses the temporary strength down buff, and the strength down becomes permanent. I want to rely. I think I do rely on the stasis aspect of it more. Maybe we don't have to do stasis engine. Maybe we can rely on our draw and stasis in order to do this fight, so long as we get set up quick enough. Rely on compile package a bit. Alright, I'm going to do planning overload. I think I am going to do Study the Spire, because otherwise it's going to be a 3 cost in the deck. That's not great. I think we start with the Spheric Shield as well. Because Awaken 1 always attacks. No exceptions. Except whenever it's dying. I suppose. This is 60 damage right now. Without Akabeko, that goes down to 48, so that's not enough to kill either, so I'll do Resilient Plate this turn. Let's get rid of the rest of those debuffs, and we're going to kill that poor guy. Okay. Turn 1 figured out, I think. Please don't give me powers. Hexaburn, of course. Do I do Spheric Shield again? I have both body slams in hand, so I think I do. Let's do compile package first. Spheric package. There's also Gigabeam here. It's interesting. I think another Spheric Shield is a good idea in general. But I'm going to wait to pop that until later, I think. Actually could have done a lot more damage if I had done the Spheric package. I don't know why I thought I'd be short on energy. I guess because I didn't realize Idol of Retromation hit the Spheric Shield in my hand. Yeah. That's why I didn't play it. I thought it would cost 4 energy to play both, but it only was 3. Yeah, I'm gonna do this. Probably should have done that first again. Now I got a multi-attack to deal with. But we have the perfect energy too. Hey, you are mine, that's great. Now we don't necessarily need Twin Slam to do things here. I can also play this Resilient Plate to get rid of it. I think that's a fine idea. Ooh, Incense Burner, hello. Another power. I think we are going to want to kill this fast. How fast, I don't know. I'm going to curl up Strike here. I'm gonna let this go, I think. We're getting somewhere. I think. That Hexaburn still costs 0? That was weird. Yeah, we're doing just fine on damage. We want to redrop to Sam before sending them back, though. Okay, we have a chance. Okay, we got it. We're down in energy, but we got it. If I'm not mistaken, that should allow us to kill here. Yeah, definitely. So now... get the kill. Stasis engine. And I think I'm going to choose the plated armor here, since we just ran out of all our big block. Yeah. And now, Awakened Ones only have 2 strength for second phase. Yep, great. And now I'm taking 22. Not the greatest hand I've ever seen, but I have a temporal potion just in case. Okay. We also have the thing that makes us draw a card. Apparently we've only played one of those. I may just use both potions here. Although we do heal up 3/4 of this after the act. Yeah, I'm gonna do this. Just this. We'll take 25. In reality, that's only like 7 damage. This is our second boss. We know we don't have to worry about the next one. Great. Full block. Okay, Incense Burner has got to be at a better number than this. This is doing 90 damage. Our Hexaburn. I'm gonna... This is 44? 132. 138. Okay, still alive. I'm gonna play the Resilient Plate. We want to try and get Incense Burner up to 4 or 5, if we can. Is that going to happen? I don't think so. I have 6 Thorns, so it's already down by however much damage. Yeah, we can't go back into defensive here. So I guess we just kill. Alright. Well, I got it up by 1 stack. Maybe that'll do something. 2258. Are any of these upgrades worth 12 HP? Second Resilient Plate upgrade might be. Gotta keep getting Brace. I feel like our Brace is a little bit too slow for the heart, but we'll see. Maybe we can, maybe our damage will be high enough. We have to survive both the elites and the heart. Maybe this is floating orbs instead. Just to make sure it gets into play. Proc stasis engine. I don't think it's Walker Claw at this point. I don't think we need the extra hit. I think we have plenty of extra damage from other sources. Alright, I'm gonna go with floating orbs. So if that's good enough. Okay. Those are some interesting relics. I think we have too many upgrades for Cryo Chamber to do something here. Cryo Chamber gives you one stasis slot, and whenever a card enters stasis, you upgrade it. Stasis engines don't have a useful upgrade, and most of our cards are upgraded, like I said. Also, this has a downside with Charge Up in that it's like a really weird, unintentional interaction where if you play Charge Up, whenever you upgrade Charge Up, right, it costs 1. So you would think that you'd play the card for 0 energy and then it would go into stasis for 2 turns because it was 1 cost. Wrong. You pay the 1 energy cost and it goes into stasis for 1 turn. It's the complete opposite of what you think should happen. That's getting fixed, I believe. Or unless it's been changed in some patch notes recently and I haven't noticed. Speed boost is kind of upgrade. So yeah, we're skipping the cryo chamber. There was Lordly Plate. If I had known I'd be offered that, I might have taken the Resilient Plate. Hard to say though. I still don't think it's good enough quite to quite get there. This would be 13, 9, 31, 31, 9. So that's 93 brace on the first go, and then 22 every cycle after that. Blank card could be interesting, but I think that's a bigger gamble than just buying another Spirit Shield, to be honest. I don't think we need a card. I think Spirit Shield is better than a card remove at this point. I also don't see... I guess I could see a Weak Potion being good. But I think Spirit Shield does more. I'm going to take the Spirit Shield and we're going to move on. I am indeed heading up. Here we go. Thank goodness for Preserved Insect, question mark. Spirit Shield is a great first hit here. Walker Claw's great as well. I think that means we don't do Overload. I think we just do Study the Spire, Spirit Shield, Walker Claw, Strike. Now the question is, who do we target? Usually people go for the Spear, and I do too, but I've been hearing arguments for going for the Shield first as well. It's going to be 9 plus 39, 48. That would take this down to 45. Of course, it's blocking for 30 this turn, so I would need another 75 damage somehow in order to kill that. Body Slams could do it. Body Slams could absolutely do it. On this side, what did I say? Is it 48? Yeah, 48. So 135 minus 48 is 100 minus 13, 87. And we'd also lose less damage from facing the spear instead of looking away from it. So if we drew body slams, we'd have 87 plus the 30 block. That's 117 versus the 75 from here. I think we go for the shield first. That was weird. I hit twice and then it turned me around and then hit the third time and then I used strike. Alright, that helps. Alright, we also have burns to deal with. Okay. Not quite what I was hoping for, but it still works because we can turn around. Also, we cleared Artifact really, really well. 32 and 18 is 50. Looks like a prime opportunity for polishing oil. Maybe I should have used it last turn because of the burns. Would have given us 10 extra block. Guess we should do it now. You get 18. It's not great. Oh, okay. I had an energy left and didn't realize. Incense burner at 5 is not where we want it, that's for sure. Can I stall? Should have done the sentry blast first, I guess. It's not too late, I guess. We can do this. Yeah, we have that. We're just gonna stall as long as we can. Oh, never mind. Going to the hard part right now. At least turn 1 we won't lose a lot of it. Oh, what room is Pocket Sentry? Does it do the damage first or apply the weak first? I'm pretty sure it applies the weak first, because I remember that one episode against Niao where I thought it was going to go on turn 8 and give it weak, but it didn't. I'm pretty sure. Recover seems like a good idea here. Especially since it's upgraded. Let's take it. Here we go. No potion. Getting Spirit Shield in turn 1's not bad though. Set up. If I play speed boost, the Spirit Shield comes out, and I don't want that. I don't think. Actually, maybe I do. No, I do. Gives me 10 extra block now, and I don't have to deal with the frail. I'm not playing that, so that's 5 more. Also, we're in defensive for 2 turns. Wow, that's just barely enough. It's crazy. Oh, hey, it's Last Stand. How about that? We don't need to be in defensive for the turn after this, so I'm going to just let that go. Oh great, we drew a Void, great. Get rid of that now. I want to play actual cards now. Weakened. Yeah, weakened on turn 1, to damage on turn 2, weakened turn 3. Overall, a weaken on turn 2 would have blocked for more. 67. Well, actually, since we reduced our debuffs, this is more. Because 45 would have been minus 12. 67 would have been minus 17. So yeah. What do I want to use Curl Up on? Resilient plate, maybe? Maybe just the slimed. No, we'll save the resilient plate for later. It's not putting us into defensive right now. If I play the slimed, I take 1 damage. I need to get rid of it, though. It's fine. We weren't going to perfect this way anyway, most likely. Okay. Got our 3 stasis engines in play. Do we keep the overload or play it? Ooh, with that draw, I think we keep it. Wonder what happens first here. Going to defensive first. Interesting. Alright, cycle 2. And Twin Slam is just in time to strip Artifact. And I guess so is Aruma's Pocket Sentry. Well, this is going to reduce it to 0 times 15, so I'm doing it. Actually, do I need to? Another Spheric Package. It doesn't put me in defensive quite yet. We have Resilient Plate, we could draw another... Wait, we have a... It has a Harden, and once we get the Stasis Engine proc, we'll be good. So yeah, I'm gonna take this. Leave room to draw cards. There you go. Back into defensive. Second slam. Temporal shield. Body slam. Body slam. Orb slam. I'm gonna just get rid of this now. Oh, well, there goes Hexaburn. Very nice. That was a ton of damage. We had 3 thorns from this, 3 thorns from defensive, 3 thorns from heart. Very cool. Oh, it's in here. I was like, is this... Did I just imagine this? Okay. Get our block back. Get our body back for next turn. It's going to be a win today. It's burned just in time. It doesn't actually matter at all. And body slam for the win. 10 strength ending. Very nice. Alright. Perfected the collector fight because I chose not, to play that one turn specifically. 5 perfect elites in the game. Doesn't look like anything crazy. Although we were one off of, I can't show the deck. One off of 2 different collector bonuses, Body Slam and Stasis Engine. So that was something. Oh, you didn't crash this time. Great. Alright. That was a fun run. Very fun run. Triple stasis engine, triple body slam. That's 8 rare cards. Wow. Yeah. Astrolabe start was interesting. What did that give us again? That gave us, I don't even remember at this point. We got a Garnet from it, and then Planning Plus, I think. Yeah, Planning Plus, and we got a rare card, right? Yeah, the Compile package. Yeah, the Compile package gave us a lot of strength early on in the game. It's definitely feeling a lot more like a utility card than a raw value card, although it has elements of both. I don't know enough to make like a final judgment call on that, but it is starting to feel less like a raw value card like I was saying it was. It definitely has raw value attached to it, though. Stuff like Giga Beam can end a fight real fast. Spheric Shield, Spheric Package can give us Spheric Shield to block a turn, and so on and so forth. Overall, technically a 0 energy run, although Idol of Retribution is kind of an energy relic with the discounts. We had 3 energy the entire run. Real energy. We didn't get any particularly broken relics, other than the Incense Burner. Everything else just kind of added up over time, and worked well with our deck. Yeah, a lot of stasis, just making use of the body slams. Getting 3 Spirit Shields certainly helps. Felt very safe in that hard fight. Honestly, we didn't even use this well. We couldn't control when we didn't have enough control over our deck to stall that. We also got a lot more strength than I was thinking we'd get. Although I guess that's due to Shuriken doing things. Yeah, overall a run that was very fun to play. Triple stasis engine. Drawing so many cards and giving you so much energy is really fun if you can get them to work. And you know, with all the draw that we had in the deck, with the double overload, and the temporal shield, yeah, we were able to support having so much setup, and then just have a lot of power on every turn. Didn't quite go the way I thought it would, but we still got there. Still beat the heart without taking that much damage. Took less than Shield and Spear. Alright. Astrolabe start was very risky. Astrolabe in general is pretty risky in my opinion. I don't mind it Pandora's Box as much, because whenever you take Pandora's Box, the number of transforms can usually give you usually evens out how chaotic it is, and how much you have to compensate. But with Astrolabe, you could just hit some useless stuff. So thankfully that worked out. Although, even if it didn't, we could have taken a less aggressive path in Act 1 and probably been okay. You have a lot of time to build around it whenever you get it at the beginning of Act 1. Alright, I think that's all I have to say about this. Hope you enjoyed the episode. I enjoyed playing it. And I'll see you in the next one. So, see you later.